Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh no. Why is my camera not on? Ugh. That's not weird. That's not supposed to happen. My camera's on. Let's try that again. Hold up. That's weird. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, hold up. Quaternillion. Okay, let's try this again. It still doesn't show up. That's fucking weird. Well. Okay. This is not supposed to happen. So the fact that this is happening is kind of wild at the moment. There we go. There we go. Got it working now. Okay, well, that little technical difficulty out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Hope everyone's having a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be in this place we call Earth. I'm Bob and B1. Alright, so, a couple things. One, the short film is a little delayed. I had to order some new storage for my camera because I ran out of storage. I didn't realize it till when I was recording because I did everything that I needed to get it done, and then when I look at the footage, it didn't record. I'm like, nice, I'm out of storage, so I had to get some new stuff. So that's gonna be a bit delayed. I'm probably gonna try to get it done Saturday. Oh no, I'm gonna try to get it done Sunday, and then let's see what else is going on. Something might be happening. So a change in the scheduling might be happening. I'm not sure yet. I won't know until later today, but be on the lookout for that. And then I believe that is really it. So we're here. I'm super excited to be here again. No matter the case, no matter what is happening, you know, I'm always going to show up, always going to pop out, because I enjoy streaming. I enjoy playing the games that I am enjoying. And yeah, sure, the views may be down a little bit, but that's all right. You know why? Because that's part of where I'm at. There we go. Okay. And pop this back up. All right, so I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right on into this. We were right where everyone was meeting. All right, so we were there. Han Ying's there. Don't know who the fuck else is gonna be there. It's gonna be an interesting one on how this is gonna play out. Definitely. So I'm excited for it. And without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 6 of The Floating Record. Grant me protection. Oh, okay, so we gotta do a personality here. For a moment, his mind drifts into a daze. The cold wind bites sharply as he doubles over, coughing. The wounds from earlier attack to begin to throb with a dull ache. Did I black out again? Voice comes through the comms, carries a hint of impatience. No further instructions come from the other end. Oh, okay. Step by step, his boot crunches through the snow as he ascends the stairs like a pilgrim on a sacred journey. From this high rooftop, the snow blanketed cityscape unfolds beneath, stretching as far as the eyes can see. The wind howls past as he comes into a hold, keeping a safe distance from the building's edge. So that's Veronica. I really like her design. Wow. Okay. I don't know how I want to do her voice. I would say we should do more of a stern voice in a sense. But I'll say we should do a stern voice for sure. Dragon! Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Morning. How am I? I'm doing pretty well. There are some potentially good things on the rise here in IRL, which I won't know until later today on whether or not that's going to be happening, and I will let you all know first thing if that happens. Hope all is well. Everything's going pretty well. I really do not like my new schedule. 2:30 to 11. It is very raunchy. But you know what? I'm rolling with the punches, doing what I can. And, you know, just trying to enjoy the moment. As much as I fucking don't like it. Just enjoying it. There's a saying, it is called, it may not be your fault. You may not have caused this, but it is your problem. So, I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to solve the problem. And that's why I'm wishing you nothing but the best and hoping everything going your way. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, how are you? Hope you're having a good morning, good evening, good afternoon wherever you are. And I hope you're having a good Thursday. Almost a weekend. I got a big packed weekend again. Gonna be working on content. Gonna be spending time with my family, and setting up things for a little party for us, because we like to have little get-togethers for our friends every now and then. So we'll be doing that. So it's gonna be a fun time. But for now, we're on this. We just met Veronica. Don't know who the fuck she is. Clearly she's important, but I really like her design and her hair. I'm just gonna say that. But she's got more of a stern face. So we're gonna go with that. Or stern look. You know what to report. The speaker remains facing away with the wind and snow whipping between them like the wall. Gentlemen, continue to sow chaos here, as usual. There's an almost impeccable complexity in his tone, making him seem like he is a different person from when he entered the city not long ago. It's because of someone higher up. Everything is going well so far. Thanks for asking. I'm coming back home from vacation before I head to an anime convention in New York City called Anime New York City for the next 2 days. Nice! I would like to go to an anime convention. That would be so fucking fun. I'm super excited. And hey, Veronica, she's awesome and has an absolutely badass design. She does. She does have a good design. She really does. But that's awesome. You go into a convention, especially one that I'm assuming is like a big convention, for the city, or for the state actually. And that's awesome. I would like to go to one eventually one day. Granted, I've got plenty of time to do so. Well, okay, I take that back. I don't have a lot of time to do so, but I still have enough time to do so. So I just gotta, find the right time to do it. And I will. But that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. You go into a convention, and I'm happy for you. Hope you spend those 3 days with people you like, people you care for, and enjoy all that convention has to offer. And I hope the vacation went well for you as well. Hope the vacation was a fun time for you. On top of that. Oh yeah, no, it's really nice, and the only one that comes around here every year. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's usually those big ones that they have it's usually those ones where it's like anime and then inserts your state, or where the location's at. That always says every year, that always makes those big ones come around. But yeah, I would like to go to one. I think my first one would like to be Anime Con, or I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. It's like the big one that's like always held in LA. I think it's Anime Con. I think it's Anime Con. Biggest anime convention. Oh. No, Anime Expo. That's what it was. Anime Expo. Anime Expo is the biggest one that I want to do. But I also know that Anime New York City is also one of the biggest ones. And then there's Anime SakuraCon. Basically, it says Anime Expo is the biggest overall, while Anime New York City is the largest on the East Coast. And then Sakura is located in Seattle. And that's a bigger major event in the Pacific Northeast. I would like that's one of the biggest one on my bucket list, to go to Anime Expo. Anime Expo has been on my list for a long time. But I'm hoping I can. I want to try to get there, probably within the next couple years, to get to Anime Expo. And I'm going all out when that happens. Like, I'm getting the whole VIP. I'm getting the whole VIP treatment. I want to experience it all in glory. But I think Anime Expo's already gone by this year. I think this year at least. Anime Expo 2025. Yeah, it already went this year. Or it already happened this time. But I think 2026 is... Fuck. Yeah, that'll take place, I believe... Yeah, it'll be in LA next year, July 2nd to the 5th. That'll be fun. I would like to go through. I would like to get there in the next couple of years. But anyhow, again, I hope you have fun. Hope you have a lot of fun. Get some good stuff. Hey, let's continue with this story now. We already did this part. Let me go. But I haven't heard anything about this usual. I haven't heard anything about that unusual chaos requiring you to leave the city yourself. The woman on the rooftop turns around, her stern expression as frigid as the winter air around her. You're hurt. What's it the humans doing? Alexei turns his head, revealing several distinct bullet holes and scratches on his mechanical arm. His hand instinctively tightens around the mechanoid memory units. Something he's been desperately trying to protect. Oh, it's just a scratch. Only the prosthetic part was damaged. Wandering into a crossfire zone for no reason. Were you trying to get yourself killed? I was just trying to bring back some deactivated mechanoids in that area. You know, I am the best machinist in the city. And my kin had to sacrifice themselves to protect you. I'm sorry. I didn't expect those rebels to show up. I've managed to preserve their memory units, though. If we can just connect them. Is all you have to offer is your explanation? Vodanica, He lets out a soft sigh. Tell me the truth. When I regained consciousness, I was already outside the city. It had been happening more often than lately. Maybe it's the rejection from the mechanical parts. I don't know if you're familiar with the main character of Kill la Kill, but she reminds me of her with that full suit. Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen the full story or the full anime, but you are right. She does remind me of a Kill la Kill design. I don't remember what the main character looks like. I gotta look up a picture really quick. Kill la. Let's see. Yes, you are most definitely right. She does remind me of the Kill la Kill design. So that is actually a really good catch. Really good catch. You should have learned your lesson by now. This isn't the first time. I'm sorry, I will. Before you can finish, Veronica features Hardin, evidently displeased. It don't hop in the gun, Veronica. When I snap out of it, I was already in the city that person from how long. Given how tense things have been, I shouldn't have. Hold on. Veronica motions for Alexei to hush, turning her head. She listens intently, her features sharpening with renowned vigilance. It's happening again. The faint sounds of gunfire drown in the relentless howling of the blizzard. Wait for me at the administrative hall. She turns around and strides towards the source of the gunfire. Can't go on like this, Veronica. Both humans and mechanoids have suffered for far too long in this endless cycle of conflict. The increasingly frequent clashes only serve to prove that. Now, the sound of gunfire rings out dangerously close. You can see it now, Alexei. This is what your beloved humans truly are like. Chaos erupts in the streets as one orderly mechanoid starts to flash warning lights, electricity crackling through their metallic frames. Humans wielding makeshift weapons emerge from the shadows, ready for confrontation. Head back to the administrative hall and tend to your wounds. I'll handle this situation here. Don't worry about that Calong person. I'll take care of her by myself. The female mechanoid turns around and leaps off the rooftop. She just jumped without a care in the world. After parting ways with Alexei, Hong-Nin walks alone to the snow-dusted streets. Most mechanoids in the city seem to merely follow their present reset programming, or perhaps they're acting on someone else's directives. But she finds that aerospace mechanoid from earlier rather peculiar. Despite there being no charging station, it stopped on its own and bowed toward that execution ground. Such behavior resembles that of an awakened machine. If she could talk to it, she might learn more about this city. She is in dire need of comprehending the city and locating the key behind the sage. She glances back to where the aerospace mechanoid had previously stood, yet the space now lies vacant. It left, but the disappeared footprints speckle the snow-covered terrain akin to droplets of ink trailing off like an ellipse. Following the prints in the snow, she weaves through several alleyways. The shadows cast by buildings diminish steadily as the footprints meanders across an uneven landscape, ultimately vanishing at the brink of the hill. A sharp scent of rust cuts through the air, and she realizes the rugged terrain is not that of a hill, but rather that of a graveyard. A mechanoid graveyard. Rusted steel beams lie entangled beneath the thick snow, masquerading as an ordinary hill. Mechanoid limbs protrude defiantly from the snow as wandering mechanoids scavenge for compatible parts, collecting, installing, discarding. An endless repeating this desperate cycle. Is this the only way they can repair themselves? Following the voice, she looks over to find a mechanoid who, instead of using the debris for self-repair, is arranging the fragments into the shape of another mechanoid atop the ruins. We promised! Yet no matter how small and how well assembled, a shell without a core will never move again. The mechanoid seemed to refuse this reality, stubbornly fitting parts into the shells like a silent prayer, their signals flickering on and off, again and again. There won't be any response anymore? We promised. Will we meet again? The little mechanoid busily repeats its task with mechanical precision. An overwhelming wave of sadness suddenly engulfs her. She fears as though she has become that empty shell herself, forced to witness her kin assembling her over and over, endlessly waiting for her to return. Such endless waiting must be so painful. Synthetic tears trickle from the Fearmourn's mechano. Oh man, I hate to fucking see her cry. You hate to see that. You hate to see the people you care for cry. You really do. Synthetic tears trickle from the female's mechanoid's eye as she sits down gracefully in this falling snow, slowly raising her instrument in her arms. May this melody bring you solace. Her fingers gently pluck the strings, the melody flowing into the distance. The mechanoids, captivated by the music, slowly gather around her like children listening to a bedtime story. The snow falling envelops the mechanoid in a frosty coat. Though the misty vial of snow, she notices her signal lights no longer flickering in distress. Before she knows it, the small mechanoids wandering through the graveyard have all gathered around her, appearing from every direction. That's a tough scene, though. Are you feeling better now? Instinctively, she reaches out to pat the mechanoid's hand, seemingly unable to grasp such complex word, and simply blinks at her response. Thank you. You are human. Please follow me. The mechanoid moves towards its place where it previously assembled its companion, pausing occasionally and glancing back to ensure Hanning is keeping up. Hanning is so beautiful and genuinely depressing to see someone you care. Yeah, I was gonna say, you hate to see the people you cry. You hate to see the people you care for cry. And it's a never easy feeling to go through. You are kind, human, but here, human, not safe. Please follow me. Sensing the mechanoid's intent to lead her somewhere, Hanning follows along. The path gradually levels out and scattered footprints appear once again in the snow. Her enhanced optical sensors quickly discern the footprints. They belong to the mechanoid from the Foundation Plaza earlier. So I'm assuming Eula's still alive, maybe? Where have you been? Yeah, okay, so she is still alive. I went down to the Foundation Plaza. Is it nearing that time of year already? Thank you for always doing this for me. She glances at her wheelchair, a bitter smile crossing her face. Miss Eula, no thanks are necessary. I am also paying my respects to my kin. The distant rumble of gunfire draws closer, and Eula's smile fades, her expression turning grave. The clashes between human and mechanites are becoming more frequent. The city hasn't known peace for a while now. The girl remains silent, seemingly waiting for something. Dimitri's shoulders slump and his small frame betraying his hint of resignation. I'll try to stay inside as much as possible these days. I don't mean to blame you. Having received his promise, the young girl breathes a sigh of relief, her tone growing gentler. You don't have any combat capability. It's dangerous for you to be involved in conflicts. And she glances towards the corner of the factory, where a figure in pale pink blush busies herself amidst a bustling crowd. I don't think we can take any more guests here. Oh, okay. Ooh, so we are in this place, and we are with this woman now. Another case of hypothermia. Thank goodness I brought extra portable heat sources. Kitana, your wound is still worsening. Your treatments might sting a bit. Thank you. I don't know you had such impressive medical skills. Could you please take a look at this kid? He won't stop crying, and I'm worried he might be sick. Of course. He seems to have a favorite too. Do you have any extra clothes? Under Liv's gentle care, the child stops crying, settled into another small bed in the corner. But Miss Eula, these two refugees are helping us. These two aren't refugees, Dima. That woman in white hair is a construct. Despite her attempts at disguise, Despite their attempts at disguise, Eula recognizes the hair clip on the woman's head for what it truly is, an invert device. Ah, this is something you taught me yourself. Liv is best mom material. She is. She really is. She is a gentle soul that needs to be protected at all times. Being one of the few awakened machines in Aerospace City, Dimitri naturally acquired some minor privileges after Veronica assumed control. With these minor privileges, he attained access to additional information from the outside world, which he shared with young Eula back then. There are many constructs taking refugees outside the city. This lady is helping us. I won't deny that, but she and her companion possess power that could pose a threat to us. You have to look out for yourself, Dima. You can't always count on outsiders' goodwill. I know how to identify suspicious individuals, Miss Eula. Today, Governor Alexei brought back a strange visitor with him. After he left, she tried to talk to me, but I managed to lose her at the graveyard. Eula gives a slight nod. At the corner of her eye, she notices that the construct has returned to her companion's side. Everything has been taken care of, Commandant. You worked hard, Liv. I never imagined the situation in Aerospace City would be like this. Neither did I. Initially, you had imagined a city occupied by mechanoids to be similar to Constellia, sparsely populated yet orderly. However, upon entering Dimitri's sanctuary, you were taken aback by the actual living conditions of the humans here. Medical supplies are scarce and the people are displaced. According to the locals, only humans deemed innocent by the mechanoids can ensure employment or can secure employment in the city that offers enough to survive. Any response from Babylonia? The military's latest order are proceeding with our investigation. This doesn't entail direct conflict with Babylonia, and they likely won't send people into the city anytime soon. Let's see how things play out first. Investigating Aerospace City is just one aspect of the mission. The communication from Asma before departing is lacking. Test law of Aerospace City. You should be aware of this location. I don't remember it. It oversaw the launch mission of the Dawn 3 spacecraft and conducted the research development, the technical verification of either one. The city holds considerable strategic importance. Try to understand the situation inside thoroughly. If the data is accurate, the final structure of being constructed in Aerospace City should be that. Project Codename. Project Codename. Bifrost. Get me as much detailed information about this as possible. You have my thanks. Okay. From outside, a strange sound reaches your ears, interrupting your contemplation. Liv, be on guard. Understood. Despite the indoor clamor, footsteps echo loudly through the empty corridor leading to the factory. Who's there? Dima, hide yourself first. Eula grabs Dimitri's arm and urges him to hide away. Not many know about this place. I'll stay to check if they're friend or foe. You need to hide now. No, Miss Eula, you should go first and... He maximizes his voice output capacity and shouts toward the crowd. An unknown signal detected is approaching. Everyone, please take cover. Panic erupts through the crowd as people push and shove their way toward the emergency exit. We going to Asgard, boys and girls? Is Bifrost like part of the Norse mythology or something? Hurry, Dima, you need to get out of here too. An unusual hint of anxiety seeps into Eula's voice as she prompts the mechanoids beside her, with all the while drawing the gun mounted on her wheelchair. Damn, she a badass, she got a whole gun! The rusty iron door lets out a hoarse screech, setting everyone's nerves on edge. The once noisy crowd now stands frozen in place, afraid to even make the slightest sound. A small mechanoid peeks up behind the corner of the door. Nia? It's you! The crowd, seemingly acquainted with the small mechanoid, starts to stir back to life as the iron door creaks open wider. Pardon my intrusion. Wow, guns are about to be pointed at her now. A woman in the traditional Conlong attire appears before the crowd. A few minutes ago. The small mechanoid's path mysteriously matches the footprints on the ground. Following its lead, Hanying enters the abandoned factory. Distant voices and commotion reverberate through the space, still some distance away from her position. Humans? The biosignals don't lie. Dozens of humans are hiding within this dialect factory. The mechanoid's footsteps echo through the empty factory. Suddenly, she notices an eerie silence has fallen. The previous commotion had dissipated, as though everyone is holding their breath, anticipating her arrival. Yeah, kind of. From what I remember, it was the Rainbow Bridge that connected Asgard with the rest of the 9 realms. My knowledge is very rusty. Oh, from Thor. I see. They seem to have marked her as an intruder. Even though the small mechanoid has guided her here, the intentions of those residing inside remain unclear. She ought to remain on guard. Jesus. She cautiously pushes open the rusted-covered iron door, revealing several ranged weapons aimed at her. Her gaze sweeps across the room before settling on the human, where before settling on a human wearing basic combat gear. Grey Raven Commandant, it's you! Han Yang? Even though you find this frame unfamiliar, there's something about her face that confirms her identity. Oh, you remember me? How wonderful. Of course I remember a woman like you! The chaotic scenes from that time flood back into your memory. This mechanoid named Schultz appeared suddenly and attacked Han Ying, who was supposed to be his comrade. Only when her vital fluids matches up did you realize the truth. She wasn't human at all. Even though you've only met her once, her gaze towards you somehow excludes warmth and tenderness. Perhaps there's another reason for this sense of familiarity, but the memories have grown too hazy to recall. Han Ying! Do you know each other? I apologize for showing up uninvited. It's rather presumptuous of me. I came here in search of a friend I lost contact with long ago. Back at that plaza, I saw one of my kin, so I followed them here, hoping to ask if they had information about my friend. That's impossible. My track should have disappeared at that dumping ground. Sensing no hostility from Han Ying, the Megador hiding behind the wheelchair cautiously peers out to look at her. I did lose my way at the dumping ground, but I ran into another fellow mechanoid there. This is... Thank you, right? The tiny mechanoid emerges from beside Han Ying's feet, speaking with a stutter. So, you were the one who brought her here. Miss Yula, this fellow mechanoid named Han Ying appears to mean no harm. Nia has told me everything that happened. Damn, they just telepathically these two. Yula lowers her hunting rifle, yet her gaze remains wary toward Han Ying. Humans rarely refer to each other as kin, precisely because the word is too simplistic to capture the complexity of human nature. This hideout has always been secluded. Whether I welcome you or not hardly matters now that you're already here. She closes her eyes and weirdly turns her wheelchair halfway around, silently accepting Han Ying's arrival. I was gonna say, you gotta have to accept it. Alright, here we go. Episode 7, The Negotiator. Dimitri, the aerospace mechanoid, shifts his gaze toward the frail young girl who has been distanced herself from the others. Miss Yula? As the own saying goes, tail peas in a pod. I don't know the first word, but I do know peas in a pod. Letting out a soft sigh, Yula waves her hand once more. Knowing that her silence is approval, Dimitri turns to Han Ying and speaks deliberately. Pardon my forwardness, Han Ying. While I'm grateful for your help with Nia, there are still some matters I would like to clarify. Back at the Foundation Plaza, I saw you entering the plaza with Governor Alexei. Do you know him? I ran into him in the woods outside the city. It appeared that he had recently been attacked by humans, protected by mechanoids at that time. Then I came to the city with him. Han Ying waits patiently at the mechanoid in front of her, processes the words and truthfulness, its screen flickering. Han Ying, thank you for your honesty. A brief green light flashes across Dimitri's screen. He has verified that Han Ying is telling the truth. This could be favorable for us. So the ones you're hiding from is Governor Alexei? That's correct. But Alexei is human. Why do we have to hide here? Why do we have to struggle so hard just to live? I was gonna say, their living condition is fucked. What on the sharp keyboard? Stop screwing with me with your typos. That's alright. Hey, you know what? It happens. It happens. The wheelchair slowly turns around, yet Yula's voice remains as distant as ever. She looks around at the dozens of people squeezed into the grand factory floor. Despite being called a sanctuary, the facility is so redundantly that multiple people must share a single blanket for warmth. Though Alexei is human, he bears the label of machine, which is why he's targeted by humans but protected by mechanoids. He's nothing but a puppet, manipulated to maintain the facade that humans are still in charge of the aerospace city while acting as a covenant internally between mechanoids and humans. The only one we need to steer clear of is that true ruler of the aerospace city standing behind him, Veronica. Veronica? You know her? Yula fixes Han Ying with a piercing stare, her hand resting ready on the horse-stealing gun at her side. Is Veronica a friend you've been looking for, Han Ying? I'm sorry, I've never expected things would turn out like this. To be precise, I've never actually met her. I only know her by name. I would say you and me both. She arrived here a long time ago to search for one of our kin. After reporting their death, she was never heard from again. This place where I lived suffered turmoil. When I ended up by this area by chance, I heard some news about her, so I came looking. Little did she know that Veronica was directly responsible for the uprising in Aerospace City. After scrutinizing Han Ying's expression, Eula gradually lets her guard down. Mechanoids don't lie. While they may sidestep certain subjects or employ awkward evasion tactics, they don't lie. This fellow mechanoid of yours managed to overthrow the entire regiment of Aerospace City and set up mechanoid-led rule all by herself. Jesus. Since then, there have been minor skirmishes between humans and mechanoids. However, today's direct attack on Alexei, while Veronica holds authority over the city, is nothing short of a blatant provocation. Sorry, Jesus cannot speak. As the conflict keeps escalating, things are only going to get tougher from here. Dima, should we start getting ready to relocate to another hideout? Understood, Miss Eula. By the way, Han Ying, how about that other mechanoid Veronica was looking for is STC-39? Yes. In the Great Towers database, she has come across its STC-39, the ID of the former hanged man. It disappeared from its existence before having a true name of its own. The lost mechanoid who was never brought back, the countless bodies at the dumping ground, and the city now taken over by the mechanoids. She has nearly reconstructed the entire puzzle from these scattered truths. The only missing piece is the conclusive confirmation. What in the world happened during that time? Bifrost happened. Dimitri opens a slender crevice in the window, though this minute opening, the colossal bridge stretches across the heavens, visible even from this confined factory space. You were right. It is a rainbow bridge, or something that had to do with the bridge. A magnetic acceleration track for spacecraft. Kalong's codename for it was Bifrost. I see someone has already told you about it. It's a magnetic acceleration track designed to boost spacecraft launches more efficiently, a remnant of the Golden Age built to pave way to the stars. Back then, humanity saw the starry sky as heaven itself. That's why the magnetic track came to known as Bifrost. Taskloff Aerospace City, or the Taskloff Launch Center, as it was also known, was built under the supervision of Dr. Taslovsky. Right from the start, a magnitude of mechanoids were stationed there to manage a majority of the miscellaneous tasks. They were ideal for preserving confidentiality, never divulging details about ongoing research projects, diligently executing their duties as a steadfast devotion. As per Dr. Taslov's request, Dr. Landu, who was still based in Kowloon, supplied the AI systems for the majority of the mechanoids in the city. Okay, so Dr. Landu had a part, and then Dr. Taslov was the main head honcho running the whole thing. Final test. That was SCT-39. Anakin! Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. How are you? You are not late. You were just on time. We just started the next episode. So basically, Han Ying, we finally met Han Ying. We're kind of learning the backstory of what happened to the hangman. And now learning that the Bifrost is a big old bridge. And thank you for Dragon for clarifying on top of that. It is basically a Norse mythology reference to the Rainbow Bridge that was happening. So now I know what Bifrost is. It's basically a big old acceleration for spacecraft. It's kind of like a jump start for them to take off quicker, I'm assuming. But that's about it. Couple things. I made a couple announcements early in the beginning of the stream. But basically, the short film is a bit delayed because I ran out of storage on my camera, so I had to order new storages for that, and then something might be happening IRL, which I'm not gonna say yet, but it could be a good thing, could be a really good thing actually. If it goes through, I won't know until later today. But if it does happen, I will let you all know. You all will be like one of the few. You guys will be one of the few people to know besides the immediate family. And then, I think that's about it. Just those. Hope everything goes well then with whatever it is. Oh, I hope it goes well. Like I said, I won't know until later today. But the reason why I can't speak about it because there are people that I do know that watch me from work. We're just gonna leave it at that. I think you should be able to pick up the hint from that. But also I don't like these 230s11 is fucking raunchy. But like I said, you can decipher what I'm talking about. But anyhow. Oh, and just so you know, the way to say Bifrost is actually saying bi. Oh, as you would say, bilingual, and then frost. So it's Bifrost. Picked it up. Don't worry. Hey, you all good. Hey, it's all. Hey, as long as y'all pick it up, y'all know what I'm talking about. So Bifrost. So it's bilingual. So it's like saying bilingual and then frost. So Bifrost. Good to know. I thought it was Bifrost, but it's Bifrost. Good to know. Thank you for the clarification. But yeah, that's basically everything that's happening right now. And I'm actually getting ready to make an investment again into the content. And this one will be very, very important for the story. Should I pull the trigger on it? But we're gonna see. I'll let y'all. I can't say yet, but I can't spoil the story now, and I'm not going to. But I am getting ready to make an investment on something that will help me with my progression of stuff. And let's just say that this skill set will be a bit easier to learn more than the one that I'm still learning right now as I'm speaking, but should be very fun for me to do it if I pull the trigger on it. But that's pretty much everything that's happening so far. So, anyhow, this chapter is long, but it's short. I'll be waiting to see what it is. Well, it's going to take a minute because, like every new skill, it takes time to learn it, takes time to be proficient at it, and takes time to be good at it. So bear with me. Well, okay. As I'm still learning on it, as much as I want to jump into a lot of things already, I have to continue to start with the basics of stuff. So that's what I've been working on, is just, working on a bunch of stuff that are small steps into it, and then eventually, when I'm able to show everyone, it'll be so nice. But I need to learn the skill that I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on first before I can implement everything else to the bigger skill that I'm learning. And I cannot wait. But y'all, I can't wait to show you all, because it will really, really be such a fun moment, in a nice pivotal moment that I can announce to the world and to my channel when it does happen. It's long, but it's short indeed. Yes, it is. We need a Commandant podcast. Do you think so? Do you think y'all need do you guys think a podcast with my voice like this? Do you think that would do well? Do you think that would be cool? A Commandant podcast. I mean, we could. I know Trailblazer Arena said that a podcast with my voice as the Commandant would be pretty cool. Maybe. I don't know. I've never thought. I mean, it's crossed my mind, but it's like, would it work? Your voice works for sure. The hardest part, I think, would be finding what the... Yeah, well, that's... Okay, so I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I kind of stopped the PGR discussions that I used to do. Because it's like, I can talk... if I make that video, I have to be able to talk about it for like 8 to 10 minutes straight. And that's kind of hard to do. Especially if it's something that, one, doesn't resonate with a lot of people, or two, finding the topic on top of that. The reason why the discussions popped off that as they did was because, I mean, they were things that people didn't really talk about as I was finding it. Plus, on top of that, I like to spice things up with what I was doing with the discussions. As you saw in the very beginning of my early career of content creation, I had to make little skits in the middle before transitioning into what it is now. But it's tough to try to talk about one thing for 8 to 10 minutes straight, because you have to be able to like make it good enough about it. Well, I have a couple topics if you need. I wanted to start doing videos, then I stopped because trying to go into the chess sphere. Oh, nice. If you need, I can send you some ideas I had on Discord later. Yeah, I mean, if you want, but I also don't want to take away those credits from yours if you decide to go back to it one day. But I mean, I could I certainly wouldn't say why. I certainly wouldn't say why not. And hey, you can even have people on Discord to join you and talk about PGR stuff. That's true, but they would have to be willing to, because I don't want to force anyone. No, you're fine. You're fine. So I mean, hey, I'll have to make a poll on it. I'll have to make a poll on it sometime and be like, should I bring the PGR discussions back? Because that's part of the reason why they're not coming back, why they're on hold, just because I have to be able to find stuff that I could do. I did have a plan. Eventually on how I wanted all the PGR discussions to go. Because if you guys saw, like, I don't know if you guys saw the pattern, but there was a pattern to the intros. Like, there was different character, like each video was a different character rather than the same character over and over and over. I could, if I brought back PGR discussions, I could continue with that pattern, but we'll see. Time will tell. Good to know that it could work. Discussions would be nice, I must say, because it's something that's missing currently in the PGR community. True. And y'all know I stand on my opinions when I do. Like, if I don't like something, I speak on it. And if I do like on it, I speak on it. So I guess I could. Thank you for that, Etikin and Dragon, for suggesting that. Like I said, it's something to bring. Maybe I have to bring back PGR discussion. Maybe that's what it is that needs to come back. And we can go and talk about it from people. So, well, later I'll send you something. Maybe all good. Hey, all good. You don't, like I said, I don't want to force you, because like I said, if you decide to come back, if you decide to do those videos, then those are your ideas, and I don't want to take that from you. So, just do it if you're comfortable. I'm not gonna force you, and I don't want to force you. That's not my style, and I would never force anyone to do anything. So, it's all good. All good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue on with the story here. So, Dr. Londu basically supplied the resources while Tarosky made the damn thing. Please report the following sentence. The earth was small, light blue, and so touchingly alone. The earth was small, light blue, and so touchingly alone. Source, Alexei Ledov. Oh, the students and musicals over. Professor. Before Londu could give the little mechanoid in front of him a name of its own, he hurriedly stood up. Okay, so he's the teacher. You'd finished cultivating this bunch of small machines, right? Care for the drink? Yes, they're good to go. This is the final batch, but Professor, we're still on the clock. It's one. Aren't I the one footing the bill for your paycheck here anyway? Come on, this drink mixed by the mechanoid that really hits the spot. It's right in the... So, hey, it still feels weird calling a city name after me, myself. Shaving a laugh, the two made their way out of the door. The earth was small, light blue, and so touchingly alone. SD-339, you're repeating the same sentence again. During the outbreak, the punishing virus, SDC-39 swiftly exhibited unusual intelligence after being inspired by Sage's morals. It all began when SDC-39 voluntarily brought medicine and a glass of water to the deputy director, who couldn't issue commands due to an asthma attack. Later on, people found out that he often sneaked off to Bifrost during the designated sleep mode hours. When forcibly reactivated, Dmitri found himself dragged here once again by SDC-39. My power level should be insignificant to activate. I have to recharge. Having awakened earlier, SDC-39 clearly had a better grasp of language. Why? You're my kin, Dmitri. It's my duty to help you. Why here? Though Dmitri struggled to voice his doubts, SDC-39 clearly perceived his confusion. This place is beautiful. Just like this. He lifted. There's a bot on kick already. That's crazy work. It took longer than usual to get here, but that's alright. His own identical, on tilting Dimitri's visual model upward. Stars. Yes, stars. Power level of Vegeta's at you. It's over 9,000! The Earth. What it looked like from the space, that tiny blue star. Once Bifrost is built, we'll be able to go see it ourselves. We? Yes, we, humans and mechanoids, we. Only to be killed. After the punishing outbreak, Aerospace City sealed itself off entirely once the central purification was completed. With the assistance of mechanoids, the construction of Bifrost advanced rapidly. SCP-39 always worked hard, teaching us many things during work breaks, but humans were too consumed by fear back then to care about what the mechanoids were thinking. All they wanted were obedient slaves. Having our own thoughts was an error. Taking our own actions was also an error. They took 39 away. He falls into an unusual silence, seemingly unwilling to speak more of the past, as Yulo turns around with a sigh. The research team of Aerospace City, led by my father, discovered traces of punishing virus in SCP-39's analysis report. So that's why they killed him. Teddy! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. How are we all doing? Hey, I'm doing pretty well. I talked to Eric and I talked to Dragon as well about a couple things. One of the biggest one was, what are your thoughts on me bringing back the PGR discussions? And then on top of that, the next short film is a bit delayed because I had to order new storage SSD cards for the camera because I ran out of storage when I was recording it a couple days ago, because I did everything that I was wanting for the content, and then I looked over and my storage said out of storage. I'm like, well, fuck me. And then some good things might be happening at work if all goes according to plan today. I'm not going to speak on it, but could be happening today. And then let's see what else. Other than that, we're just learning more about the lore of Bifrost. Thanks to Dragon, I was able to decipher, or he was able to basically help me knowing that Bifrost is part of the Norse mythology of the Rainbow Bridge, and this is more confirming it all the time. So it's been good. It's been pretty good. All good. Woke up a bit late today. Hey, that's all right. You know what? Nothing wrong with getting a little bit of beauty sleep. About the other biggest one was that I'm getting ready to make an investment again onto the content for a skill that will help with another skill, which in turn really bring in things that I'm wanting to happen. PGR discussion sounds good. Okay, even Anakin said that it's kind of missing in the PGR discussions. You don't really see it nowadays. So I think maybe, and I would do a poll, probably either later today or later this week, about should I bring them back? Because part of the reason why I didn't bring them back, or they're on hold, is because you have to be able to talk about something for 8 to 10 minutes straight. And I was able to do that before because I knew what people wanted, but now it's like, well, I guess I could. And y'all know that I speak on things that I told them, I said, I speak on things I don't like. I speak on things I like in the game and what I don't like in the game. Y'all see it chapter wise. And then that's really about it. So you didn't miss much. And we're just learning more about the lore here. So I think it would be cool. I think I might bring them back. And I had a pattern when I was doing them too. So I can go back to that pattern if I wanted to. Maybe later I'd say, I'll probably do it like maybe, yeah, exactly. You took the words right out of me after I'm caught up. I was just say, I would probably do it after I'm caught up. Yeah, I would probably do it after I'm caught up. That way, one, I can wholeheartedly say, starting from chapter 14 to where I am now, you got me cooking now, but I ain't gonna say no more. We'll put a pin in it for now, until we are caught up. Once I'm caught up, then we can decide what's gonna happen there. So, but until then, that's basically it. Like I said, the short film should be out this weekend, just because I have to wait for more SSD cards to get in. But yeah, that's about it. You didn't miss too much. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue on. Okay, here we go. That's impossible. Awakened machines wouldn't, but they disposed of SDC-39. Eula would never forget the sight of that frenzied female mechanoid breaking out of the central laboratory. She seemed like a divine retribution personified, sent to punish all the absurdity in this place. Dad, who is she? Be quiet. Eula, with her mouth covered by her father, was shoved into a storage room of their home. Soon after, the female mechanoid who claimed herself as Veronica took control of the central command system, swiftly overthrowing human dominance and establishing a mechanoid society. I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize for her actions. I like how she's like continuously smiling, but you can tell by her eyes, like you can like her eyes tell you say more than her face or than her mouth. So like it's crazy. I've always liked that. The eyes tell more than the mouth. In order to maintain communication with humans, Alexei, once a human researcher, became a puppet governor for the city. Of course, humans were about to bow down to mechanoid rule. They banded together to create a resistance force and forced my father to become their leader. She speaks these words with evident detachment, as if she herself stands apart from humanity. And he died at that very spot where SDC-39 was executed. Oof. As I said, there's no need for you to apologize. Every wrongdoing must be accounted for, and for every action comes with a price. That is very true. Very, very true. But some tragedies should never be allowed to repeat themselves. That's also true. Timmy, my boy. Timmy boy. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. How are you? Hope you're having a good one. You love my girl. Well, she may be in a wheelchair, but do not underestimate her. She is one tough cookie. Literally had her gun sitting on her, ready to shoot Han Yang on the spot. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one so far. Let's see. You didn't miss much. You didn't miss too much. If you're new here, I don't believe I've seen you before, but if you are new here, I do PGR discussions. Well, we did used to do PGR discussions, and then I do short films for PGR. I live stream PGR. So everything right now is all about PGR. He doesn't remember me. I'm really bad. That's my fault. It is my fault. I gotta get better at learning these names. I gotta get better for remembering all these people here. You were okay. Now you got me jogging my memory back. So let's see. You were with the main story. You were there whenever I was doing. Oh, which main chapter was it? It was this recent one. Who the fuck was it? Who was in the main chapter? Well. Oh, you don't need to stress about me. Okay, I'm sorry. Just know that. Okay, just know that I do remember you being here in the chapter. I just don't remember which ones. I'll become a regular here in due time. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, it's all time. I don't want to rush it. I forgot the chapter. I forgot the fucking chapter name. I know it was during the main chapter, and I know it was the recent one. I just forgot the fucking name of the recent one and who was actually debuting in that recent one. I'm really bad with names. And once I put picture to face, and I'm like, I see now. But yeah, oh shit. But basically, what you missed out is that the short film's a bit delayed because I gotta get SSD cards, because mine ran out. Some good thing might be happening in IRL, and then learning more about the lore, and then I'm getting ready to make an investment in myself again. So that's basically all you missed. Probably would have been in the late 20s then. It was like very, very recent. It was like part of this main chapter. Oh, Teddy and Luna, that's who it was. Jesus, I had a big old brain fight. I believe he was in Luna. He was in the Luna chapter last time I streamed. I think. Don't quote me though. But here we go. She doesn't specify what she's referring to, simply gazing at where Dimitri stands in silence. Buy a library for his storage cards. Well, I got a storage device coming. I got a little compartment for my storage devices. Buy a library for your storage cards. What do you mean buy a library? Are you talking like for me to a place for me to extract my my data, my storage? Let me look. Storage for SSD. Oh, oh, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. No, this is not it. It's a little library. SSD library. That was literally called. Shopping. What is it? I've never heard of that. I literally just bought like, I bought 2 180 gigabyte storage devices, or storage 200 SSD cards. So fucking not cheap, but you know what? It'll last me a minute. Buy. Oh. I was gonna say one of those. It clicked once I read it again. I'm like, oh, he meant. I see what he meant. I'm like, oh. Now, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of some things kind of go over my head like whoosh. So, that is gonna happen from time. That is gonna not. I would say it's gonna be a common occurrence, but that does happen where it's like whoosh right over me. I'm like, okay. And then when it comes back to me, it's like, oh, I see now. Yeah, one of those library books. I know what you're talking about. Kind of like what the, if you all ever collect the Pokemon cards, or collect the cards in that matter, you all know that you had like a little booklet, and you could store them in there, and you can preserve them. I see what you're meaning now. That's, I got something like that. I got something like that coming. Okay, here we go. They go over your head with Mario like a Goomba stomp. All right. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, here we go. I understand, Miss Yula, but with the ongoing conflicts, many refugees have been displaced. Apart from the aerospace city, there are hardly any safe shelters around here for humans. The pleasure that only humans can appreciate, despite their being kin, they're still willing to plunge the peaceful lives of others into the thick darkness of gunpowder and smoke. Yola! Resistance activity has been spotted in the dumping ground! Weariness floods her hollow eyes. How many times have they come knocking at our door now? Before Dimitri to speak, a deep voice cuts in with the answer. What a question! Looks like our visits have been giving you quite a headache, Yola. The leader stands confidently outside the factory entrance, gesturing for his soldiers to lower their weapons. Sure, we might have been a bit on nuisance before, but things have changed this time. Relax, Eula, there's no need to be so impatient. But things have changed this time. Relax, Eula, there's no need to be so impatient. She mechanically echoes the leader's words. This is your 5th visit, and I've heard that line 4 times already. You bet, because I'm quite the persistent one. He lets out a few raffy, self-satisfied chuckles, evidently content with his own behavior. Let's cut to the chase. Our successful strike against Alexei shows that our uprising isn't all hopeless. You clearly have misguided understanding of what hope means. She has already heard the bad news from Han Ying. I get what you're itching to say, that Alexei's just a puppet and our resistance is pointless as long as Veronica stays in charge. But just like in chess, we need to move our pieces carefully. One step at a time, at the very least. We made a strong move by putting a good scare into that traitor of humanity. No, what you did is you got fucking Veronica on your ass now. In that case, congratulations. I'll take that as praise from our future ally. Eula, what I'm saying is that your strength is just as critical and crucial. If you join us and fight, we can move forward together, taking another big step. One piece alone on the board seldom wins, but if we unite our forces, I'm confident we can win this game. I promise you, we won't let our tragedy that befell your father repeat itself. My father? Your smile freezes, tinged with a touch of coldness. Yes, Leonard was someone I deeply admired. He fought bravely, putting everything on the line for the future of Aerospace City and the humanity. As his daughter, I believe you can carry just as much strength as he did. Huh. This noble cause of yours is exactly what pushed him into the limelight, causing his miserable death at the Foundation Plaza. And now you expect me to join forces with you, using the same word rhetoric as back then? What a shame, Eula. Here I thought you turned us down simply because we hadn't shown enough promising results.
But even if you refuse to join us, do you honestly believe Veronica will let you off the hook? Now that we've attacked that traitor, she won't allow humans to live peacefully in the Aerospace City anymore. Wake up and face reality.
You're threatening me.
I'm inviting you to witness the rebirth of Aerospace City.
With just a handful of people you have?
And of course, there's your group too, Eula.
The Resistant leader steps forward, his eyes gleaming with menace. That's far from enough. Upon thorough consideration, intervention appears more necessary to you. With Eula at the disadvantage, there's the possibility of resistance groups surrounding the area, putting both Liv and yourself in danger as well. I was gonna say, we can only do so much before it's like, well, now we're gonna be in danger here. We gotta step in and mediate to make sure, one, the group's good, and two, we good.
And whom might you be now?
The middle-aged man fixes his menacing gaze upon you. Choices. With the recon squad of Babylonia, I'm with the task force of squad. I'm with the task. Now, if we say with task force, they're gonna force us to join them, so that way we can overthrow Aerospace City. If we say we're with an archaeological squad of Babylonia, they're gonna use us and be like, okay, well, you should know this terrain then. If we say we're recon squad, we still might be put in the same spot with A. So, if we're gonna go all out, we're gonna get used anyways. We might as well fucking say we're with task force. I'm task force. Yeah, I was gonna say we might as well do task force. They're already gonna be using us either way, so we might as well let them know that we mean business and we don't give a fuck who you are. We will fuck you up.
I'm with the task force squad of Babylonia.
After checking your credentials, this man speaks again, though skepticism still lingers in his voice.
Babylonia! The high and mighty showing up here. Surprised seeing you mingle with us refugees. What a brilliant insight do you have to share?
Your strength is nowhere near enough to stand against the mechanoids of Aerospace City.
Apart from Veronica's combat prowesses, the refugees armed with these redundant weapons would likely be torn apart by the mechanoids long before they could even reach the central district. That's true. Even with your armor-piercing rounds, there are still far too many mechanoids.
Oh, so you're here too. Then you must know what these mechanoids have been forcing us to do. Working around the clock, forced to battle hetero creatures, and if we fall even slightly short of demanded materials, they cut our Demeter's rations. Well, I guess none of yours concerns you in the slightest, whether you're a girl from Kowloon or one of the high and mighty from Babylonia. These issues are probably beneath your attention, right?
I went with Recon because they aren't supposed to know Task Force of Babylonia is there. That's alright. They'll know who we are soon enough. He lets out a few derisive chuckles. Babylonia doesn't want to get involved in that way. That is true. We don't want to get involved. True. May have made the wrong call. Maybe. Will it all work out in the end? Definitely.
What if I told you that spiky-haired witch targets aren't limited to just here in Aerospace City? Would you stand idly by in that case?
You mean Bifrost?
As expected, a Babylonian officer? Sure, it's a magnetic accelerator track, but no one ever said it could launch. It could only launch spacecraft. I'll be frank, I've heard that Veronica plans to activate Bifrost and launch a Vanguard fleet to strike Babylonia.
Well then, like I said, we're gonna have to get involved. It's all good, it doesn't change much. I won't even lie, I forgot about this story, but I mean, it was bound to happen at some point anyways. I was just saying, if Veronica plans to attack us, then it's like, now we gotta get involved.
Just as I thought.
Liv?
Commandant, since entering the city, our communication devices have been experiencing significant magnetic interference, causing us to only receive intermediate signals. It must be because the magnetic acceleration track has started charging up.
Ready to discuss collaboration now, Eula?
Yet Eula remains silent, seemingly still hesitant, unfazed. The leader shifts his focus towards you.
What about you folks from Babylonia?
What's your plan?
Bifrost runs on a cold fusion reactor. If we could seize it, Bifrost would naturally lose its ability to charge energy.
Now you gotta give props where props due, is that this leader does know his stuff. He does know. He does know his stuff. So he ain't talking. He ain't talking out of his ass. He does know a bit about this place.
The central purification filter in the city has been working fine. In the godforsaken place, even that damn virus can barely survive. Once we drive that spiky-head witch away, we'll find a way to blow up that damn bridge. Then you can go your way and we'll go ours.
You're planning to take the reactor by force.
This is the most efficient way to shut down Bifrost. Obviously. The bridge is now turning the power source, and those metal freaks have reinforced its structure. Taking over the reactor is only our only option.
If a clash gets out of hand, won't the reactor...
Nothing comes without risk. And here, we can only choose the lesser evil. Or would you rather watch them strike Babylonia using Bifrost?
There's clearly a third option you're overseeing. Maybe we can still maybe we can still talk things out with Veronica.
Talking things out? You're human too. She won't offer you any special treatment simply because you're not a local. Not everyone has the luxury of talking things out with her. Like that traitor Alexei. Even having one human puppet is one too many for her, let alone more.
I might not have that luxury, but...
You guys locked with the Kanlong garbed mechanoid. While no official alliances have been established, an unspoken understanding appears to pass between the two of you.
I don't buy these diplomatic games. The only thing I believe in is armed backup. I won't stand to see another traitor of humanity in the city.
But a military operation to shut down the reactor has a failure rate of 73.73. In these few days alone, numerous lives have been thrown into suffering. Many humans and mechanoids have died because of your resistance.
I mean, shutting down the reactor is a good plan, but I'll honestly be heavily guarded. It makes sense to leave your strongest mechanoids there. That's true. I was gonna say, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna want your you're gonna want your strongest in the front. Alright! Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. How are you? Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're doing well. I know that you were talking about your job letting you off. Hope you've been doing well. Good to see you here. Good to see you doing well. Good to see you at least doing well here right now. And I hope you're having a good one. Here we go. We're just doing the story. The next short film is a bit delayed. Getting ready to make an investment on myself. And that's about it. So you didn't miss too much.
This city is too small for a real war.
And our hearts are just as small with no room for grand notions of peace. All I know is how it feels to work yourself to death, only to still go hungry. All I know is how to feel when the mechanoid guards caught our Russians for falling just 500 grams short of the daily recycling quota. All I know is how to feel to watch a young recruit die right before my eyes, barely days after she joined. I just want to drive Veronica out and take back the city that's rightfully ours. That's my answer, and that's my sincerity right there. Now it's your turn to show some real sincerity. Bifrost charges in phases. Once this phase ends, magnetic interference will disappear. That's when you could reach out to Babylonia for reinforcements. Don't wait until it's aiming at Babylonia to forget your choice.
Donning his weapon from the holster, the resistant leader turns and walks away in silence, his followers close behind. Justified crash out of the resistance. I was gonna say, it's justified. Like, you can't blame the guy for wanting to move down this road because he's lost some good people in his stuff, and he's been treated like shit. So you can't blame him for being this worked up. His silhouette creates a striking image against the backdrop like something straight out of an action movie. In his mind, he envisions himself as the hero who can move mountains and change the tides. I mean, you gotta have that. You gotta have that, especially if you want to do things and get things done. With bullets as his light, he shall shatter the darkness and deliver salvation. Oh, why are we all being nice to those Babylonian bigwigs? Even if we shut down the reactor, it won't change the mechanoids hold on power. If anything, they'll just come down on us even harder.
They claim they're from Babylonia. Regardless of which force they belong to, Babylonia won't stay quiet once they activate Bifrost. I'm unsure about that person's identity, but once we pull in Babylonian reinforcements, they'll be in this, whether they like it or not. Do they really think they just stand back and watch Aerospace City fall to mechanoids? When the time comes, we'll wipe out these mechanoids in one fell swoop. Dimitri, Veronica, All of them. This place must be ruled by humans. To hell with those cursed suppliers for that damn bridge.
How's the collection of supplies from Bifrost going? We still need 43.89% more to meet the required fuel supply. Additionally, we're missing some composite materials. The last batch helped cover some of it, but we're still short about 20%.
He's got a fair point, and it's practically justified as well, but there's also a fourth option to destroy Bifrost. Think about it this way. It's better to destroy it in Veronica's age. That is true, but if we destroy it, then she's going to shed out her wrath on the people here. So, we're going to try to peacefully deal with it for the third option. If it ends up getting destroyed, then oh well. Tomorrow I start working again, but in another place. Even if it's only for a while, at least I'll get barely paid. I was gonna say, hey, that's big ups, man. That's great. Great that you found another place. Great that you're gonna be able to afford to put food on the plate. And you know, just like I said, just take it day by day. Be grateful for everything. Be present in that moment. And I'm glad that you got that. Glad that you got that place. And glad that you got that job. So it's awesome, man. Veronica looks insanely good as a sprite. Yes. I think it was Dragon. Dragon said that she looked like she kind of looked like the main character design from Kill la Kill. Which when I looked it up, kind of spot on. He's kind of spot on. Or she's kind of spot on. But yeah, kind of reminds me of the Kill la Kill anime design. Just a little bit.
Send out the cargo teams to search for more.
Yes, only by activating Bifrost can aerospace truly make its mark on the world. When the day comes, this place can shelter all the mechanoids. Just like that church of Machina you once told me about. Only with enough military strength can we stand on equal footing. Footing with humans to make ourselves and voices heard.
I don't know the names. I haven't seen the anime. I've seen skits of the anime, but I don't know anything about it. Female Mechanoid's figure vanishes into the blizzard. Alright, finally we get some action here. Episode 8, Shadow of the Past. And then after this, I am going to get a water. After the resistant group leaves, Eula closes her eyes wearily.
What a lively scene.
Despite her words, there isn't a trace of liveliness reflected in her expression.
The Kowloon Mechanoid, the organized resistance force, and the 2 officers from Babylonia. The lady from Kowloon comes looking for someone, while the resistance group comes seeking all alliances. As for you 2 officers, while I haven't directly asked you about your intentions, I have a fair idea why you're here. Since you didn't bring any notable combat units with you, it's obvious you're not here to join the resistance in battle. I suppose you're just a reconnaissance mission of this city? Isn't it frustrating getting pulled into such a mess out of the blue?
That's exactly why we need your assistance.
How flattering that someone beriddoned like me could be of any use of you.
Eula's voice remains perfectly calm, betraying no emotion.
Despite this facility's remote location, based on your judgment in the city's situation, you actually possess quite a bit of intelligence.
But in the end, I'm just someone confined to a wheelchair. If not that, we might have met at the resistance camp instead of you having to settle for this rundown shack.
Is she speaking in like third person here? I don't know why she's having quote unquotes. She remains non-committal, as if waiting for sufficient leverage to emerge.
One of your wishes is to bring peace back to the city and shield its people from war, isn't it?
She closes her eyes, taking a moment to contemplate.
I am willing to provide essential intelligence, just that and nothing more. Thank you for your understanding, Eula.
Yeah, why are there quote unquotes coming here?
Regarding Veronica, the true ruler of this place, do you know anything about her?
The resistance leader might stretch the truth on many counts, but there's one thing he was spot on. By siding with humans, you will never get the chance to speak with her directly. Her prejudice against humans runs far deeper than you can imagine.
Whoever typed didn't know what to do. I'm like, what is with these quote unquotes? I feel like we're speaking in the third person here. Or they're trying to.
That's one reason why, despite holding on to real power, she has installed a human puppet as a figurehead. Essentially, it's a way to minimize the hassle of dealing with humans directly.
I was gonna say, it's basically just it's like if you see in those movies, you've got the guy in the main room in the tall building, and then you've got the representative that deals with everything in the brunt first before you even speak to the real person. That's basically what Alexei is to me.
Of course, this could be an opportunity for us, that traitor Alexei. He might be someone who we could have a real conversation with.
The governor.
Yes, despite being brained in a human traitor, he's done a lot to alleviate the tensions between humans and mechanoids ever since they assumed control of the city.
Yeah, it's a mistake. Probably they imported text wrong. What? It is what it is. Unfortunate, but oh well. Let me check something out. Okay.
Initially, under Veronica's rule, humans were subjugated to mechanical work. Standards, working 20 hours a day, with only 4 hours allocated for recharging. It was Alexei who continuously pushed Veronica's boundaries, eventually negotiating it down to 12 hours,
Which is fucking insane. I've done 12 hours. I don't know if y'all know, ladies and gentlemen. I did 12 hours for 3 years, and that shit was fucking raunchy. Paid good. Paid was really good. Got me out of debt. Got me all this. Got me all this, what you see here. Fucking raunchy, though. Fucking raunchy. I mean, 20 to 12 is pretty cool, though. Yeah, I was gonna say, that is pretty cool. He's able to knock it down. He was able to knock it down.
But according to the Resistance, people will now have to rest a complete 24-hour shift before having a rest.
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said only in the beginning. Recent policies have been increasingly harsh. Working hours have been stretched to full 24 hours, with only minimal rest allowed for after finishing a shift.
Oh, there we go. They fixed it.
Human cargo teams are also being forced to enter corrupted zones to gather resources, which is why the resistance has been growing more radically lately. I believe Alexei can only act as a mediator. Although he may not have the power to directly sway Veronica's authority, he could still negotiate to some degree.
Okay, now this has to be intentional then. If they're doing the quote unquotes, I wonder if it's them talking about, like, I don't know. Because here you've got this, and then you go back to the quote unquotes.
If you're thinking about having a conversation, this is pretty much your best bet.
Thank you for sharing this with us.
As dust settles in, shadows begin to stretch across Eula's face, veiling her features in darkness.
I'm telling you all this just to show you how difficult your goal truly is. The conflicts in the city are escalating day by day. It's already a struggle to survive amid the chaos.
I was just say they had that. The quote unquotes had to be there for a reason. Then
I won't help you any further. All I want is to look out for myself.
Someone who only looks out for themselves wouldn't be so well informed about the city.
I still think it's an error. It's a check mark when importing text. I'm pretty sure they probably just did it wrong. Oh, okay. Okay, you're right.
Ha! If you're that cautious, I could share even more. Even when my symptoms fill up each day, how much it hurts, how long the pains last, and why I'm bound to this wheelchair. There are things I know best. But what's the use? Fixating on only my illness won't help me survive this city. Everything I know is just another leverage to keep myself alive in these chaotic times.
I mean, you gotta have information. Information's a powerful weapon. As she says, myself, her gaze omnisciently drifts towards a mechanoid named Dimitri. Perhaps her definition of myself extends beyond just herself.
As for everything else, I have no desire to get involved with whatsoever.
Eula turns away, and the aerospace mechanoid by her side gives a subtle bow before trailing after her in the shadows.
Commandant, what should we do now?
We'll have a proper talk with Alexei. This lofty aerospace city holds things Babylonia needs, from the launch data of Dawn 3 to the fusion reactor stored here and even Bifrost itself. Regardless of the city's current stance, establishing contact with its obsolete leader is imperative to gather in further insights. Whether this action carries inherited risk, it's worth attempting, since I have the means to retreat safely, and we have the means to retreat safely if necessary.
Even if Alexei agrees to peace proposal, Veronica, the one who has real authority, may not necessarily follow his suggestion.
Whether we succeed or not, we can still gather new intelligence from him. Of course, having direct conversation for Veronica would greatly improve our odds.
I'll try to speak with Veronica.
You turn to look at Cao Long, knowing Mechanoid. Wait, the Cao Long Mechanoid locking eyes with her as she walks towards you.
Han Ying?
Oh, there's a little. I just noticed. There's a little white line when she's talking, and then it goes away whenever she's not talking.
Commandant, Liv, I don't wish to see the city descend into conflict between humans and mechanoids either. I could speak to Veronica. There are a few things I need to confirm with her anyway.
Based on the city's history Dimitri shared, Veronica's anger is not entirely groundless. Han Ying, I'm really sorry for what humans have done to harm the mechanoids.
No, that's not your fault, Commandant. It's not that I can't understand Veronica's anger. Those mechanoids are my kin, after all.
A flicker of hesitation appears in Han Ying's eye, but vanishes just as quickly.
I'm merely a bystander in all this. While I can feel the sorrow of mechanoids, I've also witnessed the suffering of humans.
The dark chocolate in her bag stands as a testament in that short-lived friendship.
It might sound hypocritical, but I really want to work toward peace in this conflict.
You and me both.
Even in a place like this, the possibility of human and mechanoids coexisting still stands, don't you think?
I would like to think so.
Whoa! God, she looks so good. She gazes at the factory in the distance. The refugees are preparing to relocate while Dimitri, having settled Eula, navigates busily through the crowd.
So I believe we can figure out a way for mechanoids and humans to live together peacefully in the city.
This would accomplish Nanami's first goal. Not sure if I trust Kurto to be intentional. Okay, hey, then I'll take y'all words. Information is like money here. It can get you away without receiving. It can give it. Can't give it away without getting some equal value. True. Now they cut the sprite slightly wrong. I can't see that now. I'm sorry. They really did kind of shit the bag on these on some of the things here in this chapter. I will never get over how many amazing PGR art really is when they do stuff like that. I was gonna say it's come a long way, ladies and gentlemen. It has come a long way with how these arts have been. You look at like chapter 8, chapter 9 to what you see now, completely different.
I'll talk to Veronica as a fellow mechanoid. We share a common background, and I'm sure she'll at least hear what I have to say.
Live duty is also insane when used. Yes, it is. Also, the next chapters have way more cutscenes. Okay, so I figured the main story was gonna get a ramp on cutscenes. Whether the floating records do has yet to be seen.
I'll leave it to you then.
Rest assured. That's our current plan, Cervantes.
Bifrost interference persists, causing communication signals to fade in and out. I am heading to your location.
What's the situation with the church?
It's complicated, buzzing when we need. Everyone is fine.
By the way, should I tell the Grey Raven Commandant about the key?
You can. Zaid said the Grey Raven Commandant can be trusted. I'm so glad Nanami's with us and on our side.
I see.
Before Han Ying can continue speaking, the communication cuts off again. Well, at least now we'll know that there's a key. And that will be very important.
At least this message got through. And now...
She gazes at the administrative hall nearby. According to Eula's intel, Veronica often handles her affairs there. Oh, whoa. If Nanami might go. If Nanami was against us, we would be done. This is true. If Nanami was against us, we would be dead. We would be nowhere. Nanami would just continue on looking for different timelines without a care in the world for us. But she cares about us, so thank God she does. I wish we had more full-on cutscenes throughout the story, like chapter 17 and later chapters. Yes, a full cutscene would be so nice. The Nanami is quite literally our ace in the hole. Pretty much. Dark ripples spread for the center of her visual model, while subtle aches seep through her sensors.
Could it be the after effects of forcing my friend to activate?
Could be. Finally, we get some action here. We get the fight.
Veronica's dream?
Ooh.
It seems to be rejecting outsiders subconsciously.
This voice actress is such a good voice actress. She does so well. I really enjoy her voices.
From Cyberpunk to Apothecary Diaries to here.
Data might bring me deeper into
Oh, there's another one too.
but the resistance will also become stronger. Perhaps there are more dream shards here. I should explore this place.
Famous last words, Buckaroo. Oh man. Am I gonna be exploring this entire time? Alright, let's see what we can find.
Is this SDC-39? The kin of the last hanged man?
Space. Far away from wars and the punishing virus. The magnetic accelerator rail was built because of this dream.
Hmm.
The bridge to heaven. Is this why it's called Bifrost?
Oh, Bifrost.
When it's fixed, mechanoids and humans will be able to travel to the stars together.
Hmm.
I look forward to that day.
No. I must have triggered the defense mechanism here.
Oh, we do get to fight. Oh, you.
Everlasting strings. The constrained cocoon shatters at the sound of toll.
God, she looks so good. I really enjoy her hair being down.
If I probe further, the dream's resistance will grow even stronger. But I can't stop here.
Apothecary Diaries is really, really good. Now, that being said, there is no action whatsoever. It's more of like, there's literally no action. I'm just gonna say that. Yes, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree that we get more voice actors in scenes, even in gameplay too. It is very, very nice. It's come a long, long way. She is such a fucking good-looking woman. Okay, one up here we can see every ocean cut them out before, as you really should be seeing the site by taking pearls. Alex, the very consummate painter in the Newtown area, the first human to walk in space.
They said I needed to shut down for a while.
Holy shit, who is that?
Programming. I can't wait anymore. I must finish repairing Bifrost as soon as possible.
I don't understand. Why do you humans deserve your sacrifice?
Oh, that's Veronica.
Something strange is happening here. Is it because of SDC-39's glitches? That's...
Oh, that was
The
Schultz.
dream is rejecting me again. Still spring.
The fuck was Schultz doing here?
Resounding echoes will annihilate all vain illusions.
Mmm.
Everlasting, the constrained cocoon shatters at the
Okay, now I need to know.
still spring. Shattered illusions
Okay, so it is boating up.
will annihilate all
Never mind.
vain
I don't need it anymore. I figured it out.
Everlasting strings, warring melodies. Beseech, the constrained cocoon.
Come on.
shatters at the sound
There we
of
go.
toll.
Another one.
Hold on. We'll talk about everything here in a minute. Once I
Getting close to the
finish this
fourth
chapter.
dream.
Once I finish this episode.
It's only going to be even more dangerous there. Still, I must find the source of all this strangeness.
Okay. Oh, I can't even go down that way. Private Mechanoids, story messages. Oh, okay, he's gone. Okay. Okay.
Something made me very happy today.
Ah.
At a place far from here, I got to meet some mechanoid friends from the Church of Machina. They even gave me a name. The Hanged Man. I really like it. Even though I don't understand what it means. If we're lucky, we might even welcome someone new. Her name is Veronica.
So Veronica was gonna get in the Church of Machina.
Ought to be friends with her.
I wish I had made it in time.
I need to do a routine inspection. They said that other mechanoids wouldn't have to do it if I did. It's okay. Perhaps my program errors will be fixed afterward.
I see where her hatred comes
But
from now.
the Bifrost isn't done. When you reach the stars with humans, don't forget to send a photo back to Earth.
Also, her character design was fucking crazy. Like a knight.
Me? Maybe.
It's like a knight.
I can't come with you.
Don't go, 3-9.
Huh.
DC-39. Is this how the last hanged man died? Protecting other mechanoids while perishing at the hands of humans.
That's why.
This is why Veronica is angry with humans.
Yeah. But you also have to know there's good humans and there's bad humans. She just found the bad humans.
I knew it. Someone was behind that strangeness I felt.
There we go.
Still shattered illusions. Its resounding echoes will annihilate all vain illusions.
Bop! Get out of here.
The constrained
Okay.
cocoon shatters at the sound of cold. Shattered illusions.
What's that little blink? Well, hold on. What's that little blink? Like at the end of the basic attack, there's like that blink. Is something supposed to happen there? Am I supposed to hit my 3 ping?
Still spring.
Maybe?
Shattered illusions. Its resounding echoes will annihilate
Get outta here.
all vain illusions.
Ah.
Everlasting.
Oh!
I must find my rhythm again. The constrained cocoon shatters at the
Okay,
sound of
come
cold.
on.
Shattered illusion. Stilled spring. Its resounding echoes will annihilate
These dudes are
all
fucking
vain
tough. What the fuck? There we go. Almost dead though. Dragon Knight. Yeah, she's got Knight, but like evil Knight.
The data hasn't stopped increasing. Is this as far as I go?
You have to detonate blue ping, tap ult. Whoa, hold on. So blue ping, then I tap the ult, then I blue ping again, then I tap the ult. Oh, and then basic attack. Damn, I have to do that in sequence? Okay. But I like her characters. I like her battle game design at least. It's like a knight. Looks like a dragon, but it's a knight. But wasn't able to save the person that it was trying to save, and now it's an evil knight. In the basic attack. Oh, in the basic. Okay. You pick the same thing after. Okay. So it's blue ult, blue ult, blue ult, and then basic attack. In 4-1, I just want basic attack and walk around playing the instrument. I don't blame you. Yeah, grow sick with tension as negotiation reaches an undeniable deadlock. Using your Babylonian background, Liv and you succeed in reaching out to the governor via an autonomous mechanoid station at the entrance of the administration hall. However, his attitude proves to be quite bizarre. As a visitor from Babylonia, your starting point lies too far from the gravity well. The notion of kinship is nothing but an empty rhetoric. Nevertheless, the young man's intentional manipulation of his bargaining chip is utterly perplexing. As you request for a meeting, he demands a secretive conversation and selects his unguarded location. Despite clearly honing all the aces, he still exhibits a clear sense of hesitation. Throughout the negotiation process, he has been outwardly enthusiastic about the collaboration. However, as soon specific details are broached, he swiftly resorts to dodging the conversation with a barrage of endless excuses. Conjuous typically thrives on mutual benefit, yet he casually brushes aside every generous offer you present. What is it precisely that holds his true concern?
I don't think you'll be content with just being a puppet, Alexei.
Oh, this has nothing to do with Veronica.
He tosses out his curt response, then tilts his chin up, fixating a scrutinating gaze upon you.
Resources and assistance, is that really all Babylonia has to offer as leverage?
Conversation circles back to where it started, far from the typical way of consultation and negotiation should unfold.
So, what is your demands?
I have no demands. Leave the Kowloon mechanoid here, and you and your companion can depart immediately. This city is designed to be independent from the start, and I have the option to ensure that I do not pose a threat to Babylonia.
Han Ying has her own will, and I have no right to make decisions for her. As for the promise to not activate Bifrost, I need a way to verify it.
Once the magnetic accelerator begins warming up, it releases higher energy reactions. Your sensor array should be able to confirm this without any difficulty. In the hours leading up to reaching the launch threshold, Aerospace City will be sitting duck for long these strikes. Once our little city no longer poses a threat, Babylonia will immediately lose interest. Permanently orbiting high above, restoring rebirth and meeting our punishment as you are deemed appropriate. Instead of claiming the world, how satisfying is it to be rained over the same from the skies? He's twisting the truth.
This isn't what you intended. What is he really trying to do? This isn't an accusation, but more like inflammatory propaganda.
No, this thing shouldn't be like this.
Alexei raises his arm like a showman, commanding the audience's attention. It's already too late. Oh! The moment this thought flashes through your mind, the explosion ensues. The precisely calculated impact unleashes shockwaves of deafening rumbles. The shutters of the workshop splinter and dissolve under the external pressure. Shards of metal cascade like molten droplets, scattering the atmosphere as they dispersed along the erratic, intersecting trajectories toward the ground. Basically, he wanted it to look like us and look like we fucked them up, which then in turn drives the machines to go mad, and then in turn causes the humans to be like, "We've started a war! War is what we want!" Through the smoke and dust, heavily armed soldiers emerged. At the front stands the resistant leader, the same who had previously approached Yulon. Never mind, I was completely off wrong.
Go and get them!
His order turns out unnecessary. The armed soldiers at the forefront already trained their sights on you the moment they breached the workshop. Instinctively, you reach for your holster, yet regardless of how swift your reflexes are, it proves futile against insurmountable odds. Check out the elite! Always skimming away! In the end, we shouldn't have expected these high-end, mighty folks to care whether they live or die. The angry intruders closed on you rapidly.
Liv!
With a signal to stay put, Liv lowers her weapon and quietly retreats, positioning herself behind you.
So, this was part of your plan too, Alexei.
The resistance, forced lying in ambush, has evidently overheard your entire conversation with Alexei. This was exactly what Alexei wanted. He has been stalling for this very moment. You're not exactly wrong. Oh, okay. When two players do the battle, the third remains standing as the victor. It's just like Apex Legends. If you play that game, you're gonna get third-partied out of the fucking wazoo. We all pay a price for our choices, whether it's you or me. Though Alexei has exceeded in provocation, he shows no provocation. He shows no inclination to escape. The resistant leader turns his gun toward the governor.
I should have finished you off in the woods, you cunning traitor.
He spits on the ground at the young man's feet in contempt. That quote gives me PTSD, chapter 31. Wait, what? That quote gives me PTSD, chapter 31. What happened in 31? When two players do battle, the third remains standing as the victor. Clearly, something big happens there. I won't dive too deep into that little quote, but okay. We don't talk about 31. I was say I want nothing to be talked about on 31. I want to go in there blindly, all right? I want to go in there wholeheartedly. Nothing, no spoilers, no nothing. You are not ready for that chapter. You guys are hyping, ladies and gentlemen, you all are hyping the fuck out of chapter 31. That chapter 31 better be a goddamn good chapter if y'all are hyping it up that much. Here we go. Alexei spread his arms wide like a crucified messiah, an evil smile spreading across his face. Having shown that he is unarmed, the governor plants his feet firmly and begins his persuasive speech once again. Before you stand a puppet of the mechanoids, the pawn who has brought disaster to this city.
He never bothers hiding his disdain for his own kin, relishing even the slightest praise from the mechanoids. His speech resembles a poorly crafted character introduction to an amateur play, yet the furious audience delivers precisely with the reaction he seeks. Rifle butts mercifully strike the frail body, but even those two soldiers are assigned to prevent your escape, eager to partake in the beating. First rule of Chapter 31, you do not talk about Chapter 31. Chapter 31 is locked in our mouths, not out like respect or anything, because we were all traumatized from it. Was it that fucked up? Curled up on the ground, Alexei lifts his gaze to meet you once more. Despite the abuse from the crowd, his pale face retains his eerie smile. Confusion gives way to dread as the lingering sense of wrongfulness solidifies into a vague revelation. By the way, can't wait for you to reach episode 11 in this chapter. I'm sure you'll like it. Ooh, okay, cool.
No, this is weird. Something's off.
Under the puppet master's control, every movement grows more twisted, more unhinged. Han Ying and her target could have been misled down the same path. Nice. Alright, I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to use the restroom, and I'm also going to give me a quick snack, because I haven't eaten. I did not eat dinner last night. I literally went straight to bed. So I'm going to get me a quick snack, and then I will be quick. So, be right back. Make sure you get some water and some food in your system as well.
we're getting back. My fault. Ugh. I was talking with my mama. Always good talking with her. Okay. Now that I'm back. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? We got one kidney going for $800,000 going. What? What's your favorite chapter? Hard to choose, so I don't have one, I think. I'll have to go with 31, to be honest. Overall, either 13, 17, 33. What blows me more about all the story is the connection. Yeah, the connection of stories is crazy. I've only ever seen hate for it. Is 34 Ishmael's chapter? What? People fucking hated Selene's chapter? What? Now here's how I do it here's how I choose if I want, or here's how I choose how I like my chapters. I thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. My ma is my hero. Oh hey, you're all good. I just came back too. I was literally getting ready to tell you guys. I was talking with my ma. That's why it took me a little bit longer to come back, because I was just talking with my mom. And I was always good to talk to my mom about stuff. But here's how I, me personally, rank chapters. I just go by the arcs. All right. So if we're gonna base it off the arcs, if we're gonna base it like off arcs, I'm not gonna count these two because I don't remember. I don't remember any of these chapters except for chapter 4. From the disaster arc up until now, I don't remember the fuck out of those last 3 arcs. But if we're gonna go like this, so we go to disaster arc, right? Out of all these ones, we're gonna go by rank here, right? It'll go surviving Lucimum. Then it goes to Everbeat Night. Then it goes to Last Spark, and then in Prison Site. So basically, backwards, from top down. Those are my 5. How that goes. All right. If we're gonna go to Fate now, if we're gonna go to Fate. We're gonna do Across the Ruined Sea. That was my favorite out of all of these arcs. Then it goes Spiral Chronos. Then it goes A New Divide. As much as I like carrying it, it was okay. And then we go to Her Last Battle. All right, those are my 5. Those are my top 5 in this arc from that. Now Renewal arc. I'm gonna keep it buck and I keep it real and I'm gonna stay honest. Cradle Parade, absolutely my favorite. Probably one of my favorites of all time right now. Just because it was so good in how they did it. All right, it goes Cradle Parade, and it goes to Everglow. Then it goes to the Renaissance du Fantastique. Then it goes to the Unforged. Then it goes Wind Tri Shackles. Then it goes Chaos Unsnared, and then it goes Polish Bond. So out of my top, I think those are 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of the 7. Polaris Bond's the last for me. Even though it was a good chapter, it was just too fucking long. That thing was a fucking raunchy thing to read. EM1 was really good. Really enjoyed that one. Echo was one of my favorites to read as well. Chaos of Snow, for me, I was just confusing more than anything. I'm like, okay, so you just have this purple forest that just popped out of nowhere, and that's it. And then we just saw Cobalt die for no reason. And that's about it. Wind Tri Shackles was also really good, but not bad at all. Now here we go. Now here's how I'm ranking these ones so far. All right, just because I haven't done these 3 yet. So far, Chaos Unsnared, probably top 3. Source Beacon, probably either 4 or 5. It was good. You know what? I give it top 3. Actually, I will give it top 3 as well, just because of the family aspect and me relating to the family aspect. Those are really the only reason why. Other than that, you just heard glazing on Dimitri or Dominic the entire time. But that's how it is right now. So far, these two are in the top 3. Whether these 3 will hold up a par has yet to be seen. All right, has yet to be seen. From the Matrix storyline, Teve, close to chapter 133, followed by Spiral of Chronos and Surviving Illusion. I have not done the Derived Matrix. I don't think I ever will do the Derived Matrix, but it is what it is. But I'm excited to see. I'm excited. Two floating chapters that I'm super excited for. 1, to Teve, and 2, to Seaver's Rapture. These 2 I'm really looking forward to doing. I'm really looking forward to doing these 2 chapters because I like the character designs. They look really fucking good, if I'm gonna be honest. And a Spook Nanami. That's not what I wanted. Members. Because I really like her design. I don't remember what she is. Is she dark? Yes, she is dark. Really like her hair design. Very Shefukisu. Very Shefukisu. Okay. Alright, that being said though, we're gonna go back into the story. Reminds me, I didn't see how long I have here. 27 days. Okay, we're still on really good pace to do both Dawn's coding story and PGR or DMC coding story. The detective one is hard if without derived from Matrix. Fucking hell. Even if by yourself, it's really worth it. I must say, most of her development is done there. Okay, well, I guess I gotta do it then. If it helps, if it helps, if it helps. Oh, Awakened Tundra is where that is one where that Toys are saying his woman's in there. I'm assuming, yeah. If you, I'm gonna say, like, if you look at all of this, I have not done any of this. That's how I get. I have not done any of this. I haven't done none of it. So I guess we could do it too. I guess we could do these whenever I get caught up. That's when you meet in the floating record. Well, then I guess when we get to her, when we are able to get to it, I guess I'll hold off on doing her floating record until we get caught up. I'd say do it by yourself, maybe. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not playing PGR when I'm off the stream, just because I'm so busy with other things. I just don't have the time to do it. So realistically, I will probably either just watch a YouTube video on it, so that way I can get it right there, or I'll wait for K3 Dot. One of the two. Just watch a summary then. Yeah, I'll probably just watch a summary of it. That way, I'll probably watch a summary of all those. That way, while I'm at work, that way I can get an idea of like, okay, now I see what's happening. Now I can get it. Then when I go into floating record of her, I'll be like, oh, I see now. So I'll probably just watch a summary of it. So thank you, Denny, for always looking out. All right, here we go. Let's get back into this chapter. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. Let me mute the music. All right. The summary is fine. Don't worry. It's gonna hit less since you won't get to experience it firsthand. But like a roguelike game mode is not for everyone, and I can understand. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's cool. It's just I gotta really be in the mood for it. Okay, here we go. Episode 9. What selfish means. So we know that we now know where Veronica gets kind of her hate. Where gets some of her hate from, and now we got to see what's gonna happen here. Han Ying sneaks through the streets where the dead silent just moments ago. That fate of the convoy and her recent discoveries suggest underlying tensions, yet she never expected the situation would escalate into open warfare this soon. Just hours after entering the city, the chaos is already spiraling out of control. Led by mechanical guards, the engineering mechanoids force their way into the deserted structures, rounding up humans in masses. People are torn from their work and forcibly taken away, their expressions a blend of fear and bewilderment as they grapple to comprehend the unfolding events. Something doesn't add up, though. The Resistance wouldn't willingly revere their refugee. While refuge, Veronica still relies on humans for resources collection, and the Bifrost Project cannot be halted on a whim. What could have happened? Martial law perfects. In fact, humans are advised to comply. Resistance will only create unnecessary procedural complications. Your cooperation is appreciated. Of course, another reason why I love Charity 1 is because some of the hardest boss fights in PGR, however, I love Let's Hate the relationship with that reason. No, I mean, I don't blame you. So I think my favorite boss right now, still so far, is Bam and Nachos. Bam and Nachos boss fight was so good. One, because I got stuck having to deal with Bam and Nata and the boss at the same time because I couldn't free Bam and Nata. And two, that was my first time ever really getting the experience of like, holy shit, this boss is kind of fucking annoying and kind of fucking hard. It was my first Elden Ring type beat of how it went. That was my first real experience of like, holy shit, this is like I'm in Elden Ring right now. Can't even run boss from 31 on phone. Oh no, that's so sad. That doll. It was that maiden boss that had 2 phases in Bayonetta's chapter. I forgot the actual name of the boss name, but Midoriya. Yeah, Midoriya. That's her name. Midoriya was she's my favorite boss fight so far. Out of all the boss fights that I've done, she's still my favorite, just because that was my very first time having to like deal with a boss like that. I'm like, wow, what am I fighting? So that was a good boss fight. That was a really good boss fight. Whether or not the other boss fights hold up to par, we're gonna have to see. The horror dolls, yeah. The amplified announcement reverberates through the already deserted streets, its authoritative command sounding oddly absurd in the silent emptiness. Hiding behind a charging station pillar, Han Ying overhears human voices drifting through the window from inside. Han Ying lets you brute force it? Yeah. I was gonna say, that's kind of what I noticed. Like, granted, yes, all of the bosses are kind of like the main character. Like, whoever is the spotlight in the story is gonna have to fight the boss. So it is interesting. Shit! The King's Lion Court are taking us down! Did the boss operation slip up and give it away? Word is the ambush went well, gave the traitor exactly what we deserved. The boss already caught that Babylonian commandant red-handed, making shady deals with that traitor. Looks like that spiky head really pissed off this time. Now she's sending troops to hunt us down, and those people too. Hey, we've already fired our last shot of victory. They're gonna find us sooner or later anyway. Time to give them hell! That's why best game mode is Silica class to replay bosses with own characters at max def. Oh, yeah, I forgot you could do that. Oh, you know what? I'll have to try that out. The answer to her question quickly comes, but it means Han Ying must reassess the situation once more. Perhaps the Resistance had planned to ambush Alexei all along, leading to his misunderstanding with the Commandant who went to negotiate, or perhaps something else happened in between. Whatever the case, the attempt to cease tensions through the governor's mediation has failed. While she finds out this outcome not surprising, confronting Veronica has become all the more urgent. But will the Resistance ensure the Grey Raven Commandant's safety? A sudden disturbance erupts, yanking her thoughts back from the deserted streets. What's wrong with you? Keep shooting! There's way too many of them. We can't hold back the gunfire. Oh, my arm! The indistinct cries will give way to the silence, drowned out by the whirling of mechanoids. Shortly after, the Resistance soldiers, retrained by their engineering mechanoids, are escorted out of the building by mechanoid guards. As snow wind pummels the ground, humans' heat signatures gradually disappear from streets and behind walls, while more mechanoids continue to purge their task. I have to pick up the pace. I don't know what they were expecting, like this was gonna happen. Despite your attempts at communication, the soldiers have clearly lost their composure. The mechanoids, drawn by the commotion now surrounding the secret meeting chosen by Alexei. Set up the defense line! Shoot on sight! The resistant leader hastily issues orders to engage the mechanoids with no time to spare for the severely wounded Alexei. Seizing their numerical advantage, the mechanoids promptly extract the injured man from the scene. Damn it! He got away again! Keep those two from Babylonia under watch! Despite his order and as an increasing number of mechanoids flood in, the resistance soldiers become too overwhelmed to keep watch on this corner.
Liv, something's not right.
Why aren't the mechanoids?
They're not using lethal force.
The turmoil subsides as it becomes evident that the mechanoids are not here on a mission of slaughter. It appears they are following capture orders. After subduing the resident soldiers, they escort them out of the workshop one by one. This restraint stands in stark contrast to Alexei's earlier display of madness. Veronica, who issued the capture orders, reappears more rational than expected.
Martial law protocols in effect. Please do not resist.
The mechanoid in the astronaut helmet follows his kind into the workshop. His voice sounds unnaturally deep, as if grappling to intimate the synthetic announcements reverberating throughout the city. Wisely opting to comply, you rise to Dominic's instruction while Liv silently trailing behind.
Ha! Trying to negotiate with that traitor. This is what you get for conspiring with him. Remember, you're a human. Human! They're just a bunch of metal chunks that don't understand our language.
As the mechanoid leads the middle-aged man out of the workshop, he continues to twist around the shocked in anger, refusing to stay silent. Dmitri reaches out the outside of the workshop and uses the crowd as cover to slip around a corner. Then, with his two captives in tow, he makes his way toward the dumpling grounds. Dumping.
Bro is almost calling them clankers. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, me and my brother and our friend played Battlefront 2 a little while ago, and when we heard him say clankers, and we busted up laughing because I'm like, we haven't heard that in a minute. Get rid of them clankers. Han Ying has imagined many possible locations, bunkers, hideouts, and even sanctuaries like the chapel housing the Great Tower. Yet she never foresaw that Veronica had been watching everything from above all along, perched atop a skyscraper.
At last, we meet Veronica. I'm sent by the church. The new hanged man, Han Ying. Mechanoid from Kowloon. I've seen you before, even though you're in a different frame now. There's trouble brewing in the church, and I've lost contact with the Great Tower. I need your assistance. If you're a guest from the church here to witness our little show, feel free to stay. I'll even reserve a seat for you in the audience. As for the church matters, those can wait. But if you intend to interfere, I won't show any mercy.
A crimson glow flickers in Veronica's eyes.
I really like her design. I really like her eyes.
Why do you have to capture those humans? So you're here to plead for them too? Han Ying, I assume you know the full story. Despite humans masquerading mechanoids, you still opt to plead for them.
Veronica's piercing gaze cuts through the air, its coldness surpassing even the howling blizzard outside.
If you wish to join me in building this true world, you're welcome to stay, but if you insist on defending humans, then there's nothing left to discuss. This true new world. This city is a tower perched on the highest peak, and we're on the brink of reaching out to the true new world. What about our fellow mechanoids who lost their lives? Mechanoids have no afterlife. The concept of death does not exist for mechanoids. However, if humans and mechanoids truly go to war, victory isn't guaranteed for us as mechanoids. And with the punishing virus looming outside, I see you stand firm in your position.
Before Han Ying can finish her thought, Veronica turns and leaps off the building.
But is this truly the new world?
Confronted with the biting blizzard, Han Ying stands where Veronica stayed moments ago, overlooking the city. Most of the city.
Veronica's design is absolutely peak. It is! I'm gonna report you to Church of Machina for hate speech. Whoa! I didn't do it! Hey, I'm just reciting. I'm just the messenger. I'm like that one guy who, I'm like the guy off Shrek who just like reads the scripture. I'm just a messenger. The mechanoid continues executing Veronica's orders while scattered resistance soldiers fire from afar. The ground is strewn with mechanoid parts and human blood. Han Ying starts to drift that distant afternoon when her own frame activated in Xavier's laboratory.
As an organization, the church has worked since the beginning to unite mechanoids, freeing us from suffering and guiding us all to the future, led by the sage.
Danny's talking about me, not you. Oh, my fault. Wow, I'm like, wait a minute. I wasn't doing. I promise. I, for one, embrace all mechanoids, especially if they look like Han Ying. This is true.
Even today, mechanoids from around the world continue to face threats from humans, even the corrupted and the punishing, which I'm sure you are all aware of. You are right. I have been in a slumber until now, precisely due to mankind's mindless hatred. But not all humans see mechanoids as tools and regard them with hate. This is true. Were it not for the connections I had for a few humans, I would not be who I am today and would have lost the courage to live. I have made a promise to travel the world until we find Sage Machina in the heart that would make us more than just codes in a program. This isn't how the new world should be. Be it humans or mechanoids, lives are not replicable. Even though mechanoids' memories might just be a series of codes and data, the question itself is the answer. Even without the weight of the soul, mechanoids can still perceive the presence of life. Also, what truly needs to be eliminated is the blind hatred and senseless war, rather than allowing the wounds of hatred to spiral into further chaos and death in the pursuit of their mending. A new world like this is pointless, Veronica. The swirling snow scatters in the wind, carrying away Han Ying's final whisper. Also poppin', he was threatening me because I called those mechanoids from earlier clockbots. That's a good one. It's a good one. Dimitri brings the construct and the human commandant to a new hideout, having cleverly chosen a different workshop. The refugees have been relocated here as well. The girl in the wheelchair sits alone in the shadows, gesturing for Dimitri to give his report. The resistance misinterpreted the commandant's attempt to negotiate a deal with Alexei, leading them to launch an attack. Why did you go out of your way to bring them back? That could have gotten you killed. She clutches the wheelchair's arm says tightly, her blue veins starkly visible against her skin. All these years with Dimitri, she can't bear the thought of losing him. Wait a minute, I thought Dimitri was a girl. Oh no, ST-39 was a girl. I'm sorry, Miss Yula. I didn't really think it through. Dima? Yula lets out a weary sigh. We don't need to get involved in this conflict. We've attempted to claim tensions for the refugees' sake, but now the conflict has clearly spiraled out of control. Neither the Resistance nor Veronica are willing to listen to us anymore. I don't want to see you get caught up in their conflict, Nima. You'll end up killed, just like SDC-39. Now, I just said the word was funny. That's all. I'm just saying the wording was funny. I am not a hater. I'm a lover. I'm a lover than a fighter. Yuli keenly senses the mechanoid's silent protest. I don't want to do this, but you promised you would follow my orders, Dimitri. It's rare for her to use the mechanoid's full name instead of the nickname. I order you to cease your interference with the conflict between Babylonia, the Resistance, and Veronica. I'm sorry, Miss Yula. I don't want to follow this orders of yours. Oh, shit! Ah, shit! Dimitri getting some character development! Dimitri finally be like, I don't want to follow this. I can't follow this. This is so fucking cool. Hell yeah, Dimitri's finally stepping up. Dimitri! I apologize for letting you down, Miss Yula, but this city has been your home all this time. The Alliance for Babylonia might be aerospace's last hope. Yeah, sorry, hey! Gotta rely on Big Dog here. I got you. For you, this place holds many memories. And for me, my entire world. Dima spitting facts. If you look at it, he is very much true. Like, he's not wrong. I want. Something stirs in the core of his module world at full speed. He can almost hear the spinning of his own cooling fans. I want to cross that bridge alongside humans to reach the other side of the starry sky. I want the city to be free of war, where all the humans and mechanoids can live peacefully together, just like we once did long ago. I'm sorry, Miss Yula. You once said that selfishness means looking out for oneself more. This must be the selfishness I've been holding on to. Ah, dude, that was so good. Dimitri getting that character development. Fucking crazy. Oh, man. That was so good. All right, here we go. Episode 10. Equivalent Exchange. So good. Here we go. Dimitri has finally awakened. Yeah, I would say he finally got what he wanted, man. Finally got what he wanted. He's like, I want to transfer sky with everyone.
just like our girl Nanamers. The setting sun hangs low over the dumpling ground at the city outskirts, enveloping the metallic graveyard in a somber gray hue. In contrast to the city ablaze with firefights between hunters and their prey, this place feels like a separate world straight off behind the mystical barrier. I was gonna say, kind of reminds me of kind of like the Tabula Akasha in a way. Because, I mean, granted, it is a different place, whole different world. Veronica lost Pack's numerous mechanoid remains, each a testament to their kin's suffering stowed away in this place. This place has always been somewhere she's wished to avoid. Yet she's always known about all the secret hideouts scattered throughout this graveyard. The mechanoid that regularly pays his respects in the plaza shelters refugees and partially awakened machines who defy her orders. During the early days of the New Order's formation, Veronica turned a blind eye to Dimitri's defiance somewhere deep inside. She had realized that even mechanoids shouldn't be confined to a single interpretation of the future. However, the current turmoil no longer allows any room for tolerance and mercy. To the city, visitors from Babylonia will always be seen as outsiders. The humans, foolishly fighting against overwhelming odds, neither should nor can become obstacles in her path. As for those mechanoids who believe they possess independent consciousness, hacking into them is merely child's play for an awakened machine like her. Her grip tightens further around the lance. Wait, hold on, so I thought she was a construct. I forget she's a mechanoid. But then that begs the question, what's her origin then? Eula and Dimitri seem to be arguing on the other side, but the noise from the crowd makes it impossible for you to discern what they're saying. Cause she's got the face, she kind of looks like, got the face of, granted she's got the face of a human. And she's also looks like Han Ying, so I'm like, oh, this is just a construct, but then I'm like, no, this is a mechanoid. She was from the Church of Machina. Yeah, it completely slipped my mind. I'm like, yeah, forget this. This is someone who was at the Church of Machina. I'm like, they don't have construct. Yeah, I've realized that now. I'm like, wait a minute, this don't make sense. And then I'm like, wait a minute, she's a mechanoid, but she looks like a goddamn fucking construct. Eula and Dimitri seem to be arguing on the other side, but the noise in the crowd are all over the part. What should we do next?
How the comm status?
The connection's still unstable, but I managed to send out a brief report, but establishing communication at the right moment would be quite difficult.
With just the two of us, it'd be hard to hold out much longer.
But if
Babylonia's military gets involved, it might escalate to conflict even further. Any word from Han Ying?
Nothing yet.
Dimitri and Eula seem to have a little dispute, after which Dimitri quietly slips away from the hideout. There's still able-bodied refugees from a defensive line along the perimeter, yet the disorganized arrangement starkly contrasts with the disciplined formations of the resistance force. The hideout is no longer secure, and the situation grows more dire by the minute if Han Ying can successfully convince Veronica. However, the chances are dismissively slim. You immediately dismiss the plan before it even takes shape, yet to save these refugees, there is no choice but to patiently wait for that uncertain message. Alexei! Welcome! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. I'm super late. Yeah, it's all good. We're probably going to do one more episode after this one, depending on how quickly this one gets done. So you are technically kind of on the back end, but not really. So, it's all good. All good. As Dimitri transverses through the dumping ground, his sensors picked up a reading that put him on high alert. This isn't a concrete threat signal. Instead, it's more like what Eula describes to him as human intuition and ominous premonition. The distant city silhouette melts into the thickening dust, only to be traced anew by the emerging lights. The dumping ground falls into an eerie silence. His fellow mechanoids, typically bustling around, have all vanished without a trace. Initiating scan. A ripple emerges on the tranquil oscilloscope display. A signal from one of his kin. Is our 12K milk container doing okay? Yeah, she's doing fine so far. Guided by the instrument, Dimitri reaches out the base and towering heap of abandoned vehicles. There he finds a familiar sniper-type autonomous mechanoid. Nia, status report. Where is everyone? Unidentified target detected. Initiating lock-on sequence. The mechanoid's movements proved rigid and robotic as she turned her cannon toward Dimitri.
He hacked his way into our stream. We need Babylonia. I ain't that slimy, sir.
How is that? He's good. He's chilling. We good. He ain't no slimy boy.
He one of the good ones.
The targeting laser locks firmly on Dimitri's helmet.
Nia?
His fellow mechanoid moves as an under vital control, devoid of any traces of consciousness. Before Dimitri can examine Nia's frame, more laser dots appear on his helmet visor. Along with it, a divulge of warning floods his oculoscope display. His fellow mechanoids, previously concealed in this place, emerge one after another from between the metal hills, training their weapons on from a former guardian. A crimson-black silhouette leaps down from a crane, her image vividly captured on Dimitri's sensors upon landing.
Did you honestly believe you could hide secrets in this city?
Oh boy.
Glad to see you here, ma'am.
Dimitri quietly activates his short-range communication system.
Don't bother with the false pleasantries. Your loyalty clearly belongs to that human girl. There is no need to hide your resentment from me. Ma'am, what have you done to them? Please release them from your control.
Dimitri's speech module experiences an unusual glitch as he struggles to understand why his companions have reverted to their initial state.
Similar to the mechanoids in the city before, I've assumed control of their central systems. Now they were served to uphold order, no longer outputting abnormal logic. Once everything is over, I will release my control over them. However, if you refuse to cooperate, I can initiate all of them at any moment. I do not understand what you mean, ma'am.
Stop being a dictator, we already have Chu. Chu's our one true dictator that everyone needs. Veronica turns around, fixing any icy stare upon Dimitri.
Hand over the humans you're hiding, including those two from Babylonia. No, Madam Veronica. Per your own decree, mechanoids are allowed to their own private property. They belong to me, and you are infringing upon my ownership rights over them. How ridiculous.
Hitting it with their own rules. The controlled mechanoids around start to close in on Dimitri, gradually cornering him.
They pose no threat to your plans.
I already know this chapter, but I'm on the edge of my seat anyways. We're one episode away, I know. We're gonna do that episode.
This isn't up for debate. It's an order. As I said, you don't want to surrender the humans. All your companions will be initialized. I won't repeat myself again.
The land surface unveils intricate patterns that twist and coil around its form, all converging at its piercing tip. Her silent threat and absolute warning leaves no space to negotiation. Though Dimitri's short-range communication system and humans being used as a bargaining chip, hear the entire conversation from the other side of the dumpling ground.
This is murder, Madam Veronica.
As Veronica exploits Dimitri's companions' memories as leverage as her threat, an indefinable signal surges through the circuits, nearly causing a short circuit in his language module. Veronica remains unfazed by this protest. Her voice is as cold and frost in the darkened room. I'm gonna take a guess here. If fucking Eula comes out of here, it's gonna be fucking wild. If Eula comes out of here and saves him, because this is kind of this is for me. This is kind of what it's leading up to. He's about to get shot, but he's gonna get saved. I have a feeling he's gonna get saved by Eula. He's gonna go fucking Bad Blitz crazy, and then all hell's gonna break loose.
Murder is merely a concept born out of human hypocrisy. They commit sins, they seek repentance, glorifying the act of taking life into the predominant lethal harm. After that, they wait for the absolution of a non-existent gold. But mechanoids are pure, we have no need for such roundabout ways. Data can be copied, transferred, and of course erased and destroyed. Mechanoids have no afterlife. The concept of death does not exist for us. As long as our memory circuits remain intact, our existence is eternal.
She lowers her lance to the ground, seemingly a gesture of concession.
I don't expect to convince a fellow mechanoid already corrupted by human cognition. Perhaps I should communicate in a way you can understand instead. Dimitri, I can end your life in any moment.
Ooh. The aloof, deep voice coming through the communicator sends a chill on the spine of the girl in the wheelchair. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, ladies and gentlemen, this might be leading up to what I'm thinking.
No, you can't! Dima, why?
Before long, the same voice cuts through the static noise, resonating once more from the tiny honeycomb-shaped speaker. Eula, you and your people from Babylonia, I know you're listening. A rustling noise ensues as Dimitri seemingly tries to conceal the communicator. Veronica doesn't even bother with mockery, instead delivering a direct threat. I could start a violent search right now, but I believe that's an outcome none of us want to see. Drop your weapons and show yourselves. As for the unarmed awakened machine, I will continue to grant him his due rights. Eula's face is hidden behind her loose hair, her expression obscured, her knuckles tremble as she grips the wheelchair's armrest tightly. If you and Liv were to surrender yourselves now, would that guarantee the safety of the refugees here? While Veronica wouldn't likely harm Babylonian envoys, would she really let the other humans leave unscathed? You race through the possible solutions in search of a compromise that could uphold the balance, but before any words can be spoken, Eula's fragile body leans forward abruptly as she swiftly presses down on the communicator with both hands. Use the tallest crane in the dumping ground as a reference point for triangulation. At the source of the signal is our hideout. We won't resist, but don't harm Dimitri. Eula! As the crowd erupts into chaos, she simply releases her grip on the communicator and slips back into her wheelchair, her exhausted posture betraying a hint of relief.
Commandant, shall we make our leave now?
No, let's wait a bit longer.
With her combat prowess, Liv could easily break through and take you out of this place, but recalling Alexei's strange attitude and Veronica's unusual behavior, you sense that there may be more than meets the eye. Another answer concealed within. The reverberating sound of mechanoid troops marching over the debris and scrap metal permeates both the speaker and the air surrounding the hideout. The refugees cast conflicted glances at Eula, but ultimately surrender their weapons, realizing they are unable to resist the mechanoids encircling them. Even though the progress of civilization has long since been put on pause, the city's automated facilities persist faithfully carrying out their programming. Beneath the expansive sky, lights flicker in the life gradually as night descends, bestowing an eerie tranquil upon the steel jungle of the city. It stands there like an abandoned town-long marketplace, only seen in dreams, where time fades away amidst the flickering lights and dancing shadows. Nevertheless, Han Ying has no time to linger around, hurriedly making her way toward the dumping ground of Veronica. Having subdued the majority of the resistance forces in the city, her final destination is clear.
A transmission signal?
The strange short-range signal keeps getting requested to establish communication. Han Ying. Oh, this is Cervantes, I think. A somewhat familiar voice comes through the communication channel.
May I ask?
This is not Cervantes, the mine. May I ask who? Sorry, this is an emergency broadcast. Initially fragmented, the words struggled through the static interference, only to gain clarity shortly after. What is this music? This music goes really good. Yeah, you can hear the voices too. Ah! Currently using the emergency broadcast channel. Apologies for causing an interference with your reception frequency. Alexei? Whoa, okay. Her disbelief is palpable, evident of the transmission that she struggles to trust her own judgment. Stellarelia is the track. Ooh, that's a good name. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think his eyes were purple, and now they're green. Yes, Han Ying. I know you have many questions, but there is no time for explanations. I'm personally making this request. I genuinely seek your assistance. His voice is barely above a whisper, trembling under the pressure, a complete departure from his previous flippant and maniac demeanor.
Please go on, I'm listening.
Veronica has taken control of the mechanoids at the dumping ground and abducted all the refugees sheltered there.
What?
Her worst fears have come to pass. Yet, what astonishes her the most is that this intelligence comes from the governor himself, the very same puppet who has shown nothing but contempt for humans. It's a shame. Damn, you're perceptive. Hey, you know what? Especially in this day and age, you gotta be able to look at anything and look at everything. All right, you gotta have them wits about you. So I knew he had purple eyes. I'm like, wait a minute, I seen green.
What about the two visitors from Babylonia?
Unlike many PGR readers. Well, you have to remember, most PGR people are just here for the gameplay. They've been taken away as well.
Veronica must be holding them in Hangar C3 at the spacecraft docking area. This is urgent, so please, you have to trust me. I might not stay lucid for long. Hangar 3C at the spacecraft docking area. Please, don't let Veronica make an even graver mistake. His voice shreds his prior madness, now imbued with a profound and unwavering strength.
So I'm assuming this is... Now, this is probably him before he probably whatever got into him turning purple eyes. I think he actually truly wanted to try to fix whatever was happening, but then he got fucked up and now he turned purple eyes, which then in turn caused all this shit show. But he's still green, so you can tell that he's a good leader and he wants to make sure everyone's good. Oh, nothing I get. No, I wasn't downplaying on you, whatsoever. So you're all good, But yeah, I was just saying, not a lot of people like are able to pick up on subtle hints like that, unless you're really, really paying attention like this.
I cannot fully trust you.
A mechanoid cannot lie. Having confronted this human who has undergone such a remarkable transformation in his demeanor, Hunting struggles to place complete trust in him.
I'm sorry, but there's no time for more explanations. I'm not sure how long I can stay clear-headed enough to talk. I'll give you the access key to the administrative hall. It's clear of any ambush, and I trust you've already scouted the area.
In a tone brimming with urgency, he rapidly rattles off a long sequence of access codes.
Please do whatever it takes to stop Veronica. Don't let her make an even graver mistake.
I'll go check it out. When those she holds dear are threatened, she never wavers in confronting danger head-on. I swear to God, that's our woman! After her response, the channel falls completely silent. Not even the slightest static noise can be heard, leaving her to wonder if the connection has been cut.
Alexei?
And please, don't harm her. Han.
The conversation cuts off abruptly, as if severed by some unknown force. With it, Han Ying has already rushed back to the dumping grounds. Just as Alexei stated, every hideout in the area proves deserted.
I suppose fighting is now inevitable.
Casting her gaze downward, Han Ying clutches her pipa tightly and dashes toward the administrative hall. Her silhouette slowly fades into the blizzard. The once distant observer has now been drawn into the storm. Alright, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the final episode for today, alright? We are on episode 11, Masquerade. The lengthy access code provided by Alexei eventually unlocks the administrative hall main's gate. Beyond its corridors awaits the spacecraft docking area. Veronica likely selected this location to confine her human captives due to its ample space and convenient surveillance capabilities. A spacecraft hangs on the high from the ceiling, its black and white thermal eyes glistening immaculately, making this behemoth look more like a meticulously preserved exhibit. We're ending on a blast then? Oh hey, that's a good thing then. The Calamity has left this vessel frozen in time. The spacefaring vessel designed to shuttle between Earth's orbit and aerospace never had the opportunity to fulfill its destined mission. Now I'm gonna say that I'm gonna just assume that you didn't just mean to say blast in that sentence. We're just gonna say we're in for a ride, but you're saying blast. Well, I ain't gonna go too deep in that. The Calamity has left in the acceleration track, intended by Veronica to function as an enormous cannon, stands ready to propel this 100-ton dart into the near light space. In the adjacent docking bays, more vessels on the same module stand, each poised to unleash their devastating payload toward the metal flower blooming in the orbital dock.
This is it.
Through the dimly lit maintenance corridor, Hanyi makes her way toward the Hangar 3C. The residents of the city, be they humans or flesh or blood or mechanical creatures, should never be used as pawns in a bloody bargain. As Grey Raven has fulfilled its duty as a mediator, she now can no longer remain a passive onlooker waiting for the war to break out. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Oh! Damn, okay! She did some Assassin's Creed type shit.
This is where Commandant was trapped.
Alright, why are we walking when we should be running, Hanying? Carefree Dot! Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you may be, hope you're having good.
Right. I've been here in Veronica's
Hold on.
dream. Is the power still down? It's so dark here.
Carefree, you're on the back end of the stream, unfortunately, but apparently this episode is really good, so everyone's really excited. Everyone's pretty excited for this episode, so I'm gonna see what's gonna happen here. But hope you're doing well. I still gotta check out the Bridget chapter that you posted, so. Because we're on this now. I'm gonna read that I'm gonna listen to it when I get to work today. I missed a shiny. Did I? Where? Oh, you're right. Good catch. Good catch. Oh wait, I thought we would. Oh, it's unauthorized, so we can't do it yet. That's all right. Carefree Dad is here. What the fuck? Hey, he's a real one. Right? He was here. I think he was here right when I was doing. Let's see, not Spiral Chronos, because he was there for that. I think he was there right when I was doing Nanami's chapter. Nanami's first chapter. Yeah, I'm a bit late, but Uni started back up, so I've been in a lecture. Oh, all good. Hey, all good. I'm just glad you're here. Hope the studies are going well. Hope the uni is treating you well as well. And yeah, just hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, and just enjoying the moment. All right, here we go. We'll check surveillance first.
I'm fine.
I'm sorry, Hana? Where's Liv? There she is!
I'm fine.
God damn it, leave. We gotta go help her.
Commandant and Liv are definitely here.
I will read this quickly, and we gotta go save Liv. Oh, hyperroad data. I'm pretty sure that's the first part of this record. For darn, all these shards are abundant, but it's enough. All UC scraps to replicate the hyperroad data. Dimitri's been holding on to the high-powered radio waves lately. Now that's interesting that got noted. Oh, that is in that. Let me reread this part. Just sorts predictions right on the money. With this frame, will have the power to shatter humanity. Okay. Hyperroot's filter process. There must be another piece that can sort predictions at the end of the. So this was pretty recent then, if we're talking about Hyperroot's frame. Nice. All right, we gotta go. We gotta move.
Hurry up and get to the Commandant.
Yes, sir. Hey, what is this music? Oh, motherfucker.
Warring melody.
Oh, is that what you guys were talking about? That's fucking funny.
Find my rhythm again. The constrained cocoon shatters at the sound of cold. Shattered illusions.
I see now. I see what you mean. I see what you mean by holding the basic attack and just spamming the fuck out of it. Hey, what is this music? Reminds me of a game that I used to play. Oh god, I forgot the name of it. But it was on the PS5. What? We going to the club with this one. Woo! This is like club music right here. We gotta go! We gotta go! Get us in there! I'm here, Liv! Well, Han Ying's here, not me. I'm with you already. This is peak gameplay.
Everlasting everlasting streams. It's getting dangerous.
Live!
Commandant, Liv, are you okay?
You be talking, you be talking.
Thank you for your help. There are still quite a few guards around here. Let's fight together. Commandant, Liv, this place has so much abnormal data. I even found hyperreal frame data here.
Mm-hmm. So glad she never mentioned that.
Lee? What's going on here, honey? Someone is after hyperreal's power and is likely trying to replicate his data. It's a long story. Let's get out of here first. It will be
Grey Raven camo.
Commandant, let's go with Hanya.
Right. We're all three go together.
Okay. Alright, we're moving, we're moving, we're moving. I really like this music. This music's fucking nice. Oh, cutscene! What are you doing here? What the fuck? Why did you shoot us? Oh wait, what? Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on now.
Commandant, he copied Lee's data. He's not pleased. Still shattered illusion.
What the fuck? Okay, we're fighting Lee, or a clone of a Lee. Oh!
Warring melody.
Oh! Oh fuck!
Constrained cocoon shatters at the sound of cold.
Hey!
Shattered illusion. Its resounding echoes will annihilate.
This is a good
all
fight.
illusion.
Oh wait, you can move?
Find my rhythm again. Everlasting strings.
Oh wow, we're fucking up. Uh oh, that's gonna do some damage. Oh,
I can't get stage fright.
oh, you can move around.
My dream. Still spring, shattered illusion. I must find my rhythm. Its resounding echoes
Okay,
annihilate all vain illusion.
okay. Whee! Whee!
Everlasting strings. The constrained cocoon shatters at the sound of cold. Stilled spring.
God damn it! We're getting fucked by that. Ah!
Shattered illusion. Still.
God damn it!
I can't. Its resounding echoes
Come on.
will annihilate all vain illusion.
Okay.
I must find my rhythm again. Everlasting beat. Warring melodies. The constrained
Okay.
cocoon
Almost done. Almost got him.
of cold. Shattered illusion. Wearing despair. Stilled spring. Infinite. Its resounding echoes
Oh, we got him.
will annihilate all vain
Got him.
illusion.
Got him! Yes, sir. I like that fight. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. Early boss mounted sword was a pseudo boss fight. Okay. The biting wind howls through the open hangar gates, its icy chill lingering within the metallic confines of the docking bays. The fierce battle from moments ago has left the air heavy with heated tension.
His moves are fierce but not smooth. Rather than a construct, he's more like a machine fighting according to a preset behavior pattern.
That sense of dissonance feels like an unsettling as if contradictions you have witnessed in Alexei. All the nuisance hints you have noticed since entering the city can converge together after this confrontation. Behind the rapidly escalating chaos, the unseen force finally puts a mask emerging into the spotlight.
Commandant, that mechanical model just now. Something feels off about him.
Now, the only way someone's able to get this type of information is someone had to leak it.
I've noticed it too. He seems to have merely replicated Lee's appearance and fundamental attack strategies. Yet those acquainted with Lee would have been evident to this invitation of merely skin deep.
As if someone just caught a brief glimpse of Hyper Rail somewhere, maybe not even from a live data capture, but hastily replicated the shell from that of limited information. Never mind. You find this appropriate oddly familiar, but where did they even get a chance to see the Hyper Rail frame? Was it just me, or is he meaning to avoid making his do his final attack by doing so much damage in the end? I don't know. He didn't do his final attack, which is like the big ol' AoE attack, but I didn't see it. But the only person I would think is probably someone of the Science Council, or like really, really early on.
Han Yang, entering this area should require an access key, right? Did you find another way in?
When you were brought here, the mechanoid entered a long sequence of access codes with the administrative hall entrance before the gates would open. I'm just that good. I just go off of what I'm seeing and read accordingly and make adjustments when needed. As much as you hate the question, Han Ying, if Veronica has persuaded her to collaborate, this location may not be secure either.
That's actually what I want to talk to you about. Alexei gave me the access key.
What? The governor?
The memory of Alexei's stumbling behavior during negotiations flashes through your mind. You take a step back and your hand instinctively reaches out of the concealment sidearm.
I know what's concerning you, Commandant. To be honest, I'm surprised too.
Understanding your concerns, Han Ying lowers her eyes and plays footage from the terminal. Already got this part, we ain't gonna do it again. Okay? Okay?
Something's indeed wrong.
The Alexei in this recording is completely different from the one you encountered during the previous negotiation.
I can't be sure, but I get the feeling that Alexei from before was just a puppet, like someone else was pulling the strings.
Just like this crude mechanical model.
Yes, that Alexei felt very similar to the mechanoid model, and
whether manipulating Alexei to stir up trouble or using fake Lee to show discord, these actions seem designed to sabotage others' efforts to defuse the situation. I'm gonna laugh if fucking Eula's the mastermind behind this. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Besides, there is something oddly familiar about these tactics.
But some unforeseen events occurred, like that thing calling itself the Emperor. But he seemed to have anticipated everything, as if simulations and predictions were second nature to him.
He might have been an experiment subject who escaped from Project Assault. Could it be the experimental subject called the Emperor who appeared in Tabula Akasha?
You mean Schultz?
The Emperor Schultz?
Indeed, he was a mechanoid by my side back in Kowloon. His codename is Emperor.
Codename?
Ah, my apologies. Due to certain circumstances, I can't tell you any more details about this.
An apologetic smile crosses Han Ying's face.
But if I'm not mistaken, the special code that appeared in Tabula Akasha was Schultz.
So he didn't self-destruct at Kowloon headquarters.
Rumor has it that he wasn't just your average awakened machine, though I don't have details of what made him special. Still, it wouldn't surprise me if he was the one manipulating Akashi.
But why would he do this?
Hiding shared secrets. Han Ying. Maybe they have a code where they can't talk about it.
Because he hates everyone.
Well, that's true. He doesn't hate everybody. Whether or not the Emperor is truly behind this, the proposition of something is pulling the strings seemed to explain all the strange occurrences. The way Alexei stalled during negotiations misled the resistance and provoked their attacks.
That Alexei is deliberately trying to provoke Veronica.
As the only human Veronica truly trusts, Alexei showing her brutal wounds from his near-death experience would undoubtedly elicit an intense reaction from her.
Veronica is being deceived. I have to find her.
She won't believe you.
I have to at least try. We mechanoids do not abandon our own.
Yeah, I gotta love Han Ying for that. Emperor's just on love. They did try to kill him, to be fair. True. True. His hate is somewhat justified in a sense. She answers with a gentle smile.
I would have remained in the storage pod forever if it weren't for my fellow mechanoids who never gave up trying to wake me. That's the only reason I'm talking to you today. It's the same with Veronica. Even if she barely listens to what I say, I won't give up on her as long as she still has the slightest chance. She shouldn't have become fuel for hatred. Someone else is behind these strategies. A sharp glint glows in Hanying's eyes. The Emperor will not only turn his back on the church, but nearly brought Kowloon to complete ruin. Even now, he continues to incite hate between mechanoids and humans, going so far as to sacrifice the lives of his kin. He deceived his own people, deceived everyone. He must pay for what he's done.
The female mechanoid gazes pierces through the mist, fixing upon the figure lurking behind the scene. The determined born from her gentle nature proves sharper than any blade. This is true. She looks so cold in this moment.
Let's start planning our next move.
She turns toward you with a gentle smile. That was a good. Hey, that was great. That was good. I like that. That was a good chap. That was a good episode. Really good episode. Considering humans have also caused many problems for mechanoids, it only makes sense for him to print it. That's true. Absolute cinema. Hey, that was a good episode. I like that episode. That was a really good episode. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're 65%. So we made about 30% headway. I'm hoping to at least get the chapter done Saturday. We're going to see. But that was a good chapter. It's a good chapter so far. Probably one of the better floating records so far right now. Clearly, I would say it's better than Reveries with the Whale. The Arc Beyond was okay. Baby Notches was good. Cinder Burns was really good. Really enjoyed that one. The floating was okay. Sands of so far out of all the floating records, this is probably top 5 right now. So really good, shaping up to be really good, really interesting ending on how it's gonna go. And then after that, we gotta do Wan Shi's story. Wan Shi's story's next, and then after that, it's the main story. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all coming here. Thank you for enjoying the stream as usual. Another good stream as always. For me, it's slightly under Cinder Burns. Which one's that? Slightly under. Yeah, I was gonna say Cinder Burns. Out of all the floating records, Cinder Burns take the cake. Cinder Burns takes the cake because of how good it was. Bridget was good, but it's not as good as Han Ying's right now. So this is really, I really am enjoying Soaring Beyond right now. So really good chapter so far. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here. You guys didn't have to be here. You guys could have been doing anything else. And I'm super excited and glad that you guys decided to watch this stream. And I cannot wait for the future because of what I have building and what I have planned. And I cannot wait. I'm already starting to piece some of the pieces together, but I have to continue to be patient and wait for the right time to show you all what will be happening in the future for this channel. Okay? Just be patient. This is me talking to myself. Just gotta be patient. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the ride. I will probably pull the trigger on the investment today. Maybe we're gonna see. And then after that, it's just learning that skill and combining that skill with the skill I'm already learning. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait, but I gotta be so patient. But anyhow, I'll let you guys go. I don't want to keep you guys here longer any more than needed. Again, thank you all for being here. And I will see you all Saturday morning, 6 a.m. where we'll be attempting to finish Soaring Beyond. Until then, I'm out of here. Peace!